Oh yeah, he's awake and alive.
It's the 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast with your friend Mike. It's the 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast that you like, 'cause it's free. Here he comes now with Billy Matched Up. It's gonna start.
Hey, what's happening? Lily Von Stubb, 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast. How's it going? Hey, I know it's kind of weird. I'm opening the show instead of Mike, but that's because Mike's busy. He's doing his laundry, and he's reading his grocery ads, and checking his email, and eating yogurt, and listening to music that he heard in the car. And I've been here for 45 minutes waiting for the show to start. And then we talked about my family and his family, and pretty much the show is over at this point. We did it off air, so have a happy... No, I'm just kidding. Here's Mike Schmidt! Passive-aggressive Christmas!
Hold on, I don't even have my earbuds plugged in. Why would I have that set up? You're not...
Oh my god! Hi!
Hi. Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast. Not this week, apparently. Apparently, it's been taken over.
Oh my god.
There's been a takeover, folks. And oh my god, look how this is all, the cords are all messed up now. This is terrible. Hi, how are you? Apparently, you're better than I am. I can tell you that, as I just got absolutely passive-aggressively beaten up verbally. You know, for someone who shows up 33% of the time, you sure are fucking mouthy.
I just wonder how long it takes you to do shit before I get here when I'm not coming. Do you sit here and do all of this before the show starts if I'm not here as well?
No, well, I don't do anything ever. What are you talking about? You want to see my Uber bill of sale this week to see how many times I was in the fucking car? It was a ridiculous week.
Christ.
I look, man, I'm
just fucking with you.
well, of course you are, but at the same time, there's an element of truth to it, and I get
There's
it.
truth to it, which is why it's funny.
Well, of course, but I mean, I have a tendency to just think, oh, you're here, and then you're here all day, and I can just do my stuff, and I don't just dive right into the show and plunge right into it. I mean, I want to, but then I don't.
No.
I don't really want to. That's the whole point. I don't want to do it.
At one point, I'm like, you're reading a Ralph's ad while I'm sitting here to decide, do they have my water on sale?
No. I read the Smart and Final ad to see if they had my water on sale,
Smart and Final, I'm sorry.
and I read the Ralph's ad to see if they had yogurt on sale. Will you get it straight? You know what? It happens every fucking week you're here. You would think you would have it down by now.
I do, but it just makes me laugh. When I was doing it at my house, when you showed up, Audacity was up on the computer ready to go.
Well, Audacity's a click of a button. I mean, I did it. It was fine.
The show was ready when you got there.
Incorrect. Probably
I show
not.
up and you're like vacuuming, going, I will be...
Well, I got stuff to do, man. I've driven like 11 hours the last 3 days in a row, dude, or 5 days. I've driven like 5 days in a row, dude, just bleary-eyed and fucking. So I'm trying to get. No, you don't know. I'm not trying to talk you down. You're absolutely right. Your time is valuable, just as valuable as mine. I was wasting your fucking time. There's no doubt. I mean, I literally. But again, I got comfortable. I'm like, I see you once a week. So I'm like, all right, well, let's talk and we'll hang out and I'll do my stuff while we're talking, not recognizing maybe you've got some shit to do this afternoon. Maybe this is a job for you. Yeah, for me, I'm like seeing my friend and I'm like, and then we'll talk. But you're like, dude, this is it's a job. I got a window and I got to get the fuck out of here. So she sat down and I'm like, hey, what's your heart out? She goes, as soon as fucking possible.
So you started reading your mail.
Well, I haven't checked my mail in like 3 days.
So fucking funny to me. ASAP. Let me check Smart and Final.
There's stuff to do. My time, you know what? My time's also just as valuable as yours, and it's ticking away. I have to shove in all that I can whenever I can. So if you're sitting here eating Cheetos, I can go ahead and look at a sale paper and see if they got yogurt on sale. And to me, like I said, that takes But look, again, there's two schools of thought here. There's two camps, two distinct camps. There's, hey man, that's going to take 5 minutes, and fuck you, my 5 minutes is just as valuable as your 5 fucking minutes. So I totally recognize that. I mean, because I used to be that guy. I used to like show up late all the time for lunch with Pardo or whatever like that, and then just because I would get under, and it wasn't even I wasn't like I was being malicious, but you were being malicious, whether you were trying to be or not. You're a time terrorist because you're just fucking stealing people's thing. It's totally true. That's exactly it. I mean, all you are is you're just declaring jihad on somebody's patience. So, like, I mean, if you fucking invite me to lunch at 1 o'clock and I show up at like 1:18, you're like, hey, motherfucker, I'm going to go. Like, I could have been eating. I could have done a million things. But I live in that weird fast food culture type of thing where I'm just like, well, you know what? You got your phone. Kill some time or whatever and do that, you know. But the world doesn't fucking wait on me. There's no way. There's no reason. I'm not entitled. So you're absolutely right. I recognize that. It's like, because again, there's that school of thought. It's no big deal. Come on, just let me do this. But like, no, it is a big deal because fuck, you're here. You came to do a job. You came to do a deal, a thing.
Well, I also came to be with my friend.
Well, certainly, but at the same fucking time.
I didn't expect my friend to be reading his grocery ads.
All right, let's do this though. It's not like I went into a fucking soundproof chamber and read my grocery ads while you sat on the other side of the room waiting, doodling. We were talking and engaging and having a chat. You took a phone call. You took a good 10-minute phone call. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately I had to.
Well, of course, and you did, and so that happens. But a phone call is different than me reading about whether or not they have cucumbers on sale. I totally get that.
Well,
But
I only answered it because it's a 60-something-year-old woman. I was afraid she was going to call and say, I'm in the emergency room, you know?
Did they sell yogurt at that emergency room? Because if so, that's a call worth taking. So look, I this is my life. This is who I am as a 48-year-old person. I behave the way I want to behave, and then I go, hey man, that's probably a bad way to behave. Like there's like a lot of people who you're inconveniencing, or maybe you're doing things that you think are okay, and you think people should be okay with that, and they're fucking not. You know, it's funny. I talk to Shannon, and I'm finding things out about myself all the time, and am I fixing them? Sometimes. But here's what therapy has done for me. It's made me cognizant of what I'm doing. It just hasn't allowed me to absolutely change it just yet. It's like I've got the laundry list of dumb fucking things that I do and the nonsense that I do, but then I can see it when it's welling up or when it's about to happen. And I'm just like a verbal dude who wants to then talk about it fucking forever and get all my shit squared away. And nobody wants to hear your bullshit. It's like when I go to Shannon, I'll go, look, I don't want to greatest hits this. And then for 15 minutes, I'm talking about what happened last week. And then she's like, and I finally asked her to be aggressive and stop me. I go, look, I'm coming in and doing a show. I'm literally doing my show for you. I said, you have to jump in and stop me and steer me and tell me what to do. And so she started to do that, which is good. But I've been telling her that for like 6 months that's bullshit. I told her like 2 months ago because I was like, am I making any progress? Because I think I am making progress, but then at the same fucking time, and look, here's navel gazing bullshit. You know what? Go ahead, take your phone call now, motherfucker. I might as well just read the fucking Ralph's ad out loud rather than tell people about how my therapy is progressing. Nobody gives a fuck, man.
Yes,
Nah, nobody does. And honestly, even if they
see people succeed, they want to see people.
Well, sure, we all want to succeed, and I want to succeed. You know what I mean? And there's all these signposts and mileposts and milestones and stone posts and post stones and whatever the fuck else I got to deal with. There's so much stuff. Stone Phillipses and post cereals, and there's all of that bullshit ahead of me. So, and Mike Posts, who did the Rockford Files, and Post Stone and whatever the fuck. So Mike Stone, there's a Mike Stone. All right. So, but nobody gives again, to sit here and just be like, and then another thing happened. Shut the fuck up, dude. Nobody cares. It's just, but I you know what? It's relevant though, because I talk about my life because I'll meet people in the Uber and they're like, and it comes around to the podcast. I had this dude from fucking Peru or whatever the fuck the other day, and he's just like, I listen to podcasts. I like them so much. He goes, I said, oh, really? I said, he's like, what do you do? And he's an actor from fucking Peru. But it made me laugh because he goes, I came to Los Angeles with nothing. And I'm like, no way. He's not from Peru and he doesn't talk like that. This guy doesn't exist. This never happened. Anyway, so here's another bullshit story about nothing that ever is real. You know why I stopped myself there? Because he might listen. Like he's going to fucking... Because he's from Puerto Rico, and I dropped him off. I Ubered him to the fucking airport the other day, and he's found out he's an actor, and an unbelievable story. Like, he came here with nothing. Like, literally nothing. A year ago. He didn't know anybody. He was an actor in Puerto Rico and a successful actor from what he told me. I didn't Google him. I didn't look up swarthy Puerto Rico guy from my back seat on Google. I didn't.
I hope he's listening. listening?
I sure hope so too. He's not swarthy. He's a wonderful man. Anyway, but he's a young kid. So I hated him at first. I won't lie, because when I went to pick him up, because you know why I hated him at first? I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to be honest, because I hate everybody in the fucking world right now. That's not even a fucking joke. I am. You ever see like when a plug keeps getting plugged into the wall and people keep yanking it out the wrong way? They don't take it by the male input. They keep pulling it from the cord, and then it gets that frayed thing, so the wires are exposed. And if you touch that, you might get a little shock. Yeah, my cord's gone. My fucking cord is it's fuck frayed. I got no more insulation, no more plastic. I'm the cover of fucking AC/DC Powerage. I'm just fucking like. I'm surrounded by lightning bolts at all times and black clouds, and I you know what? When in Lord of the Rings, when they showed where's Sauron's lair, and there's just that all the black clouds and the weather around it, that's me. I'm Sauron's lair. I'm just literally human Sauron's lair. I'm scary. Like I'm worried. Not worried. No, because when you're cognizant of it, I guess you shouldn't be worried. But what you should do is you should fucking take some steps to go ahead and stop doing it, because before you act out and do something fucking bad. Because I haven't acted out in a long time, man. When I talked to Shannon and she, our session this week, she was just like, I don't know. I should tell you that later. But I'll just fucking tell you now. I sat down to tell her stuff, and I was telling her things that happened over the week, and I could see her kind of looking at me, and finally she just goes, "You need a mantra or something. You need something in the moment to keep you from that." And I'm like, "I know." She goes, "You need help." And I go, "That's why I'm fucking here, Shannon." I'll tell you this, when your therapist looks at you and goes, "You need help," that's probably a bad sign. That shows you just how frayed your cord has become. That shows you just how fucking cover of AC/DC Powerage you are. Because you're just fucking got lightning bolts just shooting out of your fucking fingertips, man. It's crazy. It's just... you can only get so much frustration and rage at yourself before you start fucking vomiting it all over the people around you who do something big or something small. It doesn't, I'm fucking waiting. I'm just waiting. It's terrible. I'm literally poised. I'm the bucket of water on the top of your door in a bad prank. That's who I am. And the next fucking dude who just, all they're doing is walking through the door, man. All they want to do is come into the room and enjoy themselves. And guess what? You're fucking wet, motherfucker. Take that. Your afternoon is ruined because you just got dunked on by me. Because I am just waiting to unload, man. It's crazy. It's fucking, it's, I don't know what it is. I can't figure, I know what it is. I know a lot of things, but fuck. It's just backsliding and all sorts of bullshit. And she's telling me, and I get, look, you don't care. This isn't interesting, I'm sure. But it's fucking there. And it started, it's been, last week, man, when that dude fucking threw up on me and I told you about it, I just, I thought about it days after, and everybody I tell that story to just looks at me and they're just like, how is he alive? And I'm like, I don't know. Because that's one thing I have done is I've grown a little bit, and I knew that I could not beat him to death, even though that's exactly what I wanted to do. But I find myself getting into these situations now where I mean, any little thing, it's like literally the next person who, if I sneeze and somebody doesn't say bless you, they may as well have thrown up on me in my car, and I'm gonna take them apart and knock every tooth out of their fucking head. It's crazy.
You know what that's called, right?
I don't.
Misplaced rage.
All right. Well, and impotent rage too, because I can't do anything about it.
Totally impotent. That's the problem. It is under the current here. I can see it.
Well,
I
all right.
see it on you.
Well,
where
here's
I'm like, it's like you're gonna be walking along and somebody's gonna go, "Hey, dude," and you're gonna go, "What do you mean, dude?" and kill them.
It's funny you would bring that up. I'll get to that in a second. But it's true because Lily and I were sitting here and we were talking, and I was going through my sale papers and stuff, and we wound up having a discussion. She was talking about the show last night, and I started going off, and she finally looks at me and she goes, "You know you were screaming at me, right?"
And not at me. It's just you were revving.
But that's who I am. But that's kind of, yeah.
There.
Well, I haven't done that in a while. You know what I mean? That's the thing, is I've been trying to tamp it down. I don't know, and change that and not be that dude. And I don't fucking like. Well, I mean, dude, I went today to get Lily at the front door, and I'm doing laundry this morning. Like, I'm trying to get a bunch of shit done, and I went out and I did my laundry, and someone beat me in there, so they had the dryers. I got the washers, which is fine. But then they did something, like one of their dryers was done, but the other one wasn't, so I had to put clothes in. Whatever, who cares? But I go to the dryer and I open it up, and They didn't fucking take the lint out of the lint screen.
Annoying.
What kind of fucking war criminal are you? You don't take the lint out of the lint screen in a shared dryer. That's the thing. It's a shared experience. I don't want to put my hand in your lint filth. I don't want to fucking do that and tunnel it out, man. I don't know what the fuck you've done, what you've washed. You could be washing your bondage sheets. You could be washing your kids' fucking diapers. I don't know. But now I got to pull out a soft, woolly version of your kids' shit. I don't want that, man. Hey, look at this lint that's filled with your husband's sperm. I don't want it. Clean out your fucking dryer sheets, man. I don't want to fucking deal with it. But sure enough, I open it up and it's just that thing where, again, it shouldn't matter. It's one of those things you should just be like, nah. But I literally, I'm in the laundry room and I just went, of course. Why? Doesn't mean anything to anybody. Literally, it's a 1 second fix. And maybe 3 weeks ago, I wouldn't have even fucking cared. I mean, I've done it all summer long or whatever. I've done my clothes and not cared, and I just fucking do it but I also, you know what? I handle my fucking business, goddammit. I clean my fucking dryer sheets. Don't want to fucking hear it. What fell?
My glasses.
Sorry.
But the best is when we're walking in and you.
So I meet Lily at the gate and I pick up all of this mail that I have to go through. And I grab that and we're walking in and the my neighbor comes walking out of the the laundry room with one load of clothes. And Lily's telling me a story. She's actually giving me an anecdote. She's like, I was at the store and I had to stop and get this, but I go, hold on. I go, look, you see that? And I point and she looks and there's this tiny Japanese girl walking across my courtyard. And she goes, yeah. I go, that's the face of someone who doesn't change the fucking the lint sheets in the dryer or whatever the fuck. That's the face of someone who doesn't throw away their lint from their dryer. Yeah. And Lily's just like, gonna be one of those days, huh?
I was like, yeah, it's a rough one. Happy holidays.
I said that too, didn't I? I said happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Hey, here's a present for you. The sperm-soaked lint of my ancestors. Take it. Take it now, because I couldn't be bothered. You know what? You have to clean up after me. That's who you are. You've lived here for 20 fucking years, but I just moved in, a month ago? Go ahead, clean up my lint, you prick. I'm just going to wade in swinging.
You read a lot into her not cleaning up.
No, she meant it. It was right for me. It was right at my fucking heart.
Maybe she's got 2 kids at the house and it's a rough day for her.
Oh, I know she does. I felt their sadness in the lint.
But I just mean, we all have those days, but it is funny when you're at that point and it's like, that's the tipping point. It's the lint.
Well, you know what's funny? I've been at that point for 47 years. For 47 years, I was at that point.
In the last 2 years, you have.
All right, then 46 years.
Huge change in you.
Well, yes, but that's what I'm saying. Now it's coming back. He's coming back. Oh my God, we don't like him. What's he doing here? Remember that guy? That guy was fucking awful. But he's back.
I don't know that he's back.
There's flashes, man, and it's really kind of Jekyll and Hyde-ish. Well, I mean, I'll tell you. I mean, when that dude puked on me, dude, I just instead of meeting it with rage and anger, I fumed the whole ride, and then I met it with resignation and kind of. But that was even worse. Like, I didn't even chalk it up to, like, I made it about me. Like, I was like, well, if you weren't doing this shitty fucking job, this wouldn't have happened to you. And that's not the case. I mean, because somebody could have thrown up on me at Gelson's. I mean, fuck. Hey, look, this whole world is filled with potential vomiters. So, I mean,
Sadly true.
At any moment, I mean, I could be in the grassy knoll and boom, I get hit from there, I get hit from here. I'm in Dealey Plaza, I get one from the fucking book depository. Someone vomits on me from the fucking grassy knoll. There was a second vomiter. I know there was a second vomiter. And poor Jackie O's got vomit all over her pink suit. She tries to jump out of the trunk. Come on.
His vomit is in my hand.
So that could happen anywhere, but I channeled it into this thing where it's like, man, if you didn't have this fucking shitty job and you'd have done the shit you were supposed to do in your fucking career, you wouldn't be doing this fucking nonsense. And it's like, so then it's just that fucking seething self-hate, this rolling ball of butcher knives that's inside me that just wants to fucking come out and carve up everybody in its fucking path. And it's fucking weird. It's weird. And I ate shit all week. That was the thing. I ate fucking shit all week. I've been eating shit a long fucking time, but I mean, I ate shit. After the guy fucking threw up on me on Tuesday, and then I did the show for you guys on like Thursday morning, and then I went out and Ubered, and look, I used to sort of like the general public. Like, I didn't mind them. You know what I mean? I didn't want to, constantly John Doe them and send them their wives' heads. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be that guy. But it's manifested itself this week in these bursts of just fucking anger and rage. And it's because there's things I can't fix and there's things I can't change. And then I get into myself over it, man. And I'm trying to change things. I'm trying to do that. Fuck, you don't care. This is just weird self-analytical bullshit. It's a magnifying glass you don't want to look through. I get it. It's supposed to be a fucking comedy show. Jesus Christ. I'm serious, man. I mean, everybody's home right now just going, are we Shannon? Did we become Shannon somehow? Is that what happened? Because you know what? You need to get some help. Yeah. No fucking kidding. Man, fuck 2015. Seriously, just get it over with already. All my friends' parents are dying. All this shit's happening, and it's like, and I thought I made progress for a while, and I was in a good space with some things, and then fucking I don't know what happened. It just all kind of I got stuck in a bear trap, and everything is just fucking coming to the surface again, and I can't shake it. And I even have hope. Like in January, I'm getting headshots and doing all this different stuff, and hopefully going to start doing the thing I'm supposed to be doing. I should be doing voiceovers, all that, but because I'm not doing it now. To even lose the gig as the food dude, even lose Travis Barbecue, I'm literally wistfully looking back at that job and going, oh, that was pretty cool. Again, because the meat wasn't breathing and it didn't tell me, it wasn't shitty to me and it didn't throw up on me. Not once did a fucking order of okra throw up on my back. Not once. Not once did a fucking order of ribs give a blowjob to a fucking order of chicken in the backseat of my car.
Whoa.
I didn't tell that story.
No, I don't think you did. That's not good.
See, here's the thing. I'm in two distinct camps. One, people are animals. Two, I'm pretty excited about blowjobs in cars. I mean, I just am. I told a story on this show a long time ago about one time going to the grocery store and walking out and seeing that happen, and then I wound up having sex in the grocery store by myself. How funny would that be? Oh my God, it was so hot I had to go in and jerk off in the Ralphs. Holy Jesus. So I'm a fan of that. I mean, I'll be honest with you. One time, like I used to tell the lovely Jill, I was like, I don't mind the idea of that sort of thing happening. And as a matter of fact, we were in a cab in New York, and I just kind of grabbed her hand and I just kind of threw it in my lap. And I was like, I was kind of like, let's do this. And so I'm just as much an animal as other people. I'm not going to lie to you. And Jill just said, she's like, honey. Yeah. But here's the thing, like I will tell Jill that I'm going to do shit. Like I like to creatively write. And I got filthy thumbs sometimes. So I'm just like texting and I'm sending that, and I'll be like, "You're doing this, I'm doing this, we're doing this," and she's like, "Yeah." But then I kind of really want to do that stuff. And then she's like, "Oh, hold on a second, honey." And so because I think, all right, well, when I get there, that's happening, and then I'll try to do something, or I'll go, hey, we should go. What if we went down to the main street of your town, like at night, because it's a small town, and we just there's an alley like right behind that one place. We could just duck in there and let's just go at it. Let's just fucking go at it. And she's just like, oh, okay. Like she thinks it's really sexy, but then she's just like, no, I have kids. Like, what are you doing? We went for a walk. We're in a fucking forest preserve, and it was like, and I just seeing her in shorts and seeing her walking and everything moving under her clothes, and oh my God. So I was ready, and we ducked into the woods, and I mean it's like literally it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Thursday, and there's not a fucking soul around, and I just like literally she turns around, and I'm like my pants are off, like I'm like let's just fuck right here in the woods. I'm in. Let's do it. Let's go at it. And she's kind of like, honey, and I'm like no. And so we start doing stuff, which is great, and then I literally, it was just like, what was that? What was that? Oh my God. The helicopter comes in, she jumps on a ladder and flies off. Standing out with my cock in my hand in a forest preserve. What just happened? My wife was here a second ago and now she's gone and I got my cock out. What happened? Is there a beehive I can stick this in?
Ow.
But she says, she's like, and she gets all kind of panicky, and she's just like, honey, I have kids. Like I don't know. There's cameras everywhere now. And I recognize that she has kids, and so she can't and won't, but she will to a certain point, but then she stops. But I don't, you could put it on fucking Huffington Post. I wouldn't give a shit. I mean, I literally, to a certain extent, you know what I mean? Because I tell her all the time, I go, people should see you naked. They just really should. Like, people should just really, because you're fucking exquisite naked. I mean, like, really, I want, and I mean, we're getting in too much into me probably at this point. But she'll just be like, so now she's got this code word. Now she got a fucking code word for me. Like, I've always tried to get her to have a safe word. She's like, I don't need a safe word. And I'm like, someday you're going to need a safe word.
Right now would be a good time.
Take it from me. You're going to need a safe word. Just the past few days have indicated maybe for Christmas, I give you a safe word. Because who the fuck knows what's going to happen. So she doesn't have a safe word, but now, like, we'll go out. We were in Phoenix a couple weeks ago, and we were in a hot tub, and it was kind of, it was a little dark or whatever the fuck, and look, I like things, all right? And she's like, there's windows, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Let's showtime. I'd let people can see. It doesn't really matter to me. It does to a certain extent, because like I said, I understand she has children, but at the same time, I'm a fucking animal. And I should say this too. She is a lot of the time too. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just that all of a sudden the voice of reason pops into her head, and she just goes, hey, I have a sophomore. You know what I mean? Like, and he goes to a Jesus school. Like, that's not good at all. The last thing, because literally you could just see some rival school filming us in a forest preserve, and then at halftime showing it to embarrass him because he's a good player. You know what I mean? Like, just that terrible thing. Some Porky subplot where, like, all of a sudden they've got Jill naked and they put it up, they unfurl it as a banner, or like in Major League, like some school rival in his conference, they have a Jill with like tearaway clothing, and they just start fucking bringing that into the locker room every goddamn day because it's a photo from some film that I made her make. God damn it.
Oh my God.
So her code word now, because we were in the fucking, I talked about it on here when I told you, I grabbed her phone once and Pornhub was on her phone. And I was like, what are you doing at Pornhub? And she said, well, you talked about it on the show. So I went to like look and see what it was. And I'm like, well, what did you think it was, Pornhub? I got news for you. It's a hub for porn.
Yeah.
But she's, she is she's a growing girl with a healthy curiosity. And she's dating the fucking Marquis de Sade. I will all the time, I'll go, we're going to do this. And then I go to do it. And she's just like, honey. And I'm like, no, I thought we were doing that thing, right? Like I'll cause then I'll be back and forth, and she'll text me something. I'll take a screenshot of it, and then I'll show it to her later. I go, you said that. Remember when you said that? Right? So get in the chair. Look, there's fur on the cuffs. It's not going to chafe. Get on the bed. I've got other sheets in the dryer. It's going to be fine. Honey doesn't stain. Will you just lay down? It's raspberry. You like raspberry. You fucking like raspberry.
Oh my God.
Honey, this isn't me tying a sock around your eyes. This is a professional blindfold. I went all out. I picked just the right one. It goes with your perfect blue eyes, even though I won't see them. I bought the blindfold for you. You can pretend none of this is happening and nobody's filming us.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
That way you can go to another place. Well, I keep putting alternating chunks of mango or cucumber in your mouth.
Oh my Christ.
So I just...
Help.
No, I don't. Yeah, no, I need agreement. That's what I need. I need a consensus. I need you to remember the moment where you were up on a fucking desk in a hotel room and I threw your legs over my shoulders and I sat back in the office chair and held you in the air. That's what I need. There's literally nothing sexier than Jill sitting on a desk in front of me. I mean, I hate to be that guy, and I'm sorry to share that with you. Huh?
Is she wearing wearing glasses?
Oh my God, the glasses, dude. I want to tell a story about her glasses so bad right now, and I can't. I want to so bad because it's the sexiest fucking story ever, and I can't. God damn it.
I think you've gone far enough.
No, I want it. Fuck, I want it. Can I tell it? Like, I'd get in trouble. No, she got a sophomore in a Jesus school. They just play, at halftime, they would play it over the fucking loudspeaker. Terrible. God damn it. But I can't. Sorry, man. I am at the end of the yard, at the end of my leash, waiting for the post to get uprooted from the grass so I can take out everybody, man. Fuck. I'm ready. God damn it. She sat on a desk in front of me, like one of the first times ever, and I'm fully clothed. I mean, just sat down and put like a foot on either arm of the office chair I was sitting in, and then put her feet up on my shoulders. And again, fully clothed. And I'm like, I can't. I don't literally never want to leave here. They will find my skeleton crouched between your skeleton legs. Literally, my skull just buried. I mean, dude. Oof. So, yeah. So the code word she has is so I showed her on the internet. There's Deadspin is a website. It's like a sports website. But I was telling her about it. I go, they had a thing because I'm always trying to do stuff. And then I'll tell her, I go, well, yeah, you're right to worry about cameras because you never know. And because literally the first thing we do when I go into a hot tub joint, I'll look around for cameras, and then I'll come over to her and she'll be like, honey, cameras. I go, there's no cameras. I just looked, trust me. And then I'll go underwater. And, but I showed her because there was a tape that came out a million years ago. Like a guy made a compilation of them and it was called Blow Me Out to the Ball Game. And
Gee, I wonder what that's about.
It was cameramen who weren't filming the actual baseball game. They're combing the crowd looking for hot girls or whatever the fuck. And they found girls giving head, or guys, they're in the highest part of the stadium. They think nobody can see them and they're fucking like a girl's, and and there's like hundreds of them, you know what I mean? But somebody made them all on a compilation. I had first heard about it in like 1994 through Spy Magazine because Penn Jillette and Harry Shearer, they had an article about how they've collected all of this crazy video. Like Harry Shearer has this unbelievable library of flubs and video clips, and he used to have a satellite dish, and he would record like just all the time and find all these different things. And I've always been fascinated by that because, again, having worked in television, you see mistakes or things that get made, and you wonder where the fuck that winds up, and somebody somewhere's got to have it on some reel. Because, and I think I've told the story on here before. Once when I was a kid, when we first got cable television, I lived in Romeoville, Illinois. I was a kid. I was fucking, what was I, 11 probably? 76, 77? Might have been 76. And because Howard Cosell was interviewing Sugar Ray Leonard. And it wasn't like a production with music and all that. All of a sudden it was like there was somebody putting makeup on Howard Cosell and Sugar Ray Leonard's drinking a glass of water. They're just sitting there and they're like, all right, we're going to do this and all that. And then they cut to an interview. Well, there was no graphics. There was no crawl. There was no anything. It was literally just the feed. And I had never seen that before. And I'm 11 years old. And just to see Howard Cosell, talking while Sugar Ray Leonard was talking to somebody. So then they do the interview and then it ends. And a producer comes over and he's like, this happened. And Howard Cosell's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, there was a thing with the lighting or it's the mic. I don't even remember what the fucking producer said. Because all I remember is Howard Cosell, literally as Howard Cosell in his fucking blazer just goes, so we have to redo the entire fucking interview. And I was like, whoa, fucking Howard Cosell just said fuck, and he said it on television, and I'd never seen that, and it was so crazy. And so I was always fascinated by feeds and behind the scenes stuff at that point. And then in 95, when I find out there's all of these things, like the Bud Dwyer tape and all these different things where you can find them and they go around, and it's what was viral video.
Yeah.
Now it's viral and fucking, I saw some fucking stupid thing today. Dudes, when you make shit up and you try to pretend that it's real and then you film it and you throw it out there and you're like, oh my God, look at this real thing that happened. No, it never happened. It didn't. You're playing stupid. Pranks are so stupid. They're so dumb. And then when people do them, they go, oh, we totally got these guys. It's like, no, you didn't. Those are your friends and they're playing along. There was one that went around today and it's a guy dressed in full Muslim garb, hijab and the whole thing. And he runs into a coffee shop and he just throws a backpack and runs away.
Wow.
Well, but here's the thing: they film it from outside, and then of course everybody comes running outside. But there's like 15 of them strung together. He runs up to a basketball court with a guy playing by himself, and he throws the backpack at him, and a guy everybody runs. That's all they do. And then of course, like the last one is a guy heading down a down escalator, and the Muslim comes up and he throws the backpack, and the guy tries to run up the down escalator like Bugs Bunny style, and you're just like, this is all fake. All of this is phony. None of this happened. You know all of those people. They're all your friends. Don't pretend like you did these pranks.
It's not funny. It's terrible. And
No. Well, let's put it this way. Staged, it's not funny. If you really did that, it's just fucking stupid and terrible. I mean, what the fuck are you doing? Because then because I've seen, there was that one dude who was a YouTube guy who would play pranks, and then I remember they showed him on Gawker like last year, and then finally someone just caught him and they beat the shit out of him. Like 5 people just kept hitting him. Like he was down at Venice Beach or doing some like racist thing. But then just going, no, man, it's for video. The camera's right over there. And a guy just punches him in the face. And he goes, I don't give a fuck about your camera. Yeah. And it gets back to what we said. Don't do dumb shit if you don't want dumb shit to happen to you. And then don't hide behind the, I was a joke. It was a prank or it's satire. No, that's not fucking satire. That's just you literally coming up and putting a thumb in somebody's eye. That's not a fucking joke. Nope. You know, it's like, it's the difference between pointing at someone's shirt and they look down and you flick them in the nose, and pointing at their shirt and you look down and you punch them in the face and go, ha ha ha, you shouldn't have looked, stupid. You know, you're just a dumb fuck at that point, and you deserve everything you get. And honestly, those people want to get caught and beaten up because it just makes their thing get more hits or more views or whatever. So I don't think this will end until somebody actually kills one of them. So here's what I'm advocating.
I'm not involved in that one.
You see somebody doing dumb pranks, murder them. And here, but even better, you know what? Don't murder them. Just just kind of play along with the prank. And then when they get you, they're like, haha, tackle them and cut their hamstrings. So they lay there screaming in agony and just go, ha ha ha.
Just a prank.
That's all. Just having fun. What the fuck? I was talking about something, right? Wasn't there something we were getting to?
The viral videos and all the stuff to Howard Cosell.
Blow me out of the ball game. So then about a year and a half ago, Deadspin started putting them up individually. They did a week-long series where they were showing the clips. They basically unearthed them, you know what I mean? And they I forget what they called their series. So I was telling her, I goes, Deadspin does sports stories, but they also do like the seamier side of sports. And I said they had all these videos up. So I mean, it does happen. And she's just like, why would you even? Like, why would people do that? And I go, I don't know, but why do I want to do it? Why should we do it? Let's do it. Is that what you're saying? We should do it? Is that what you just said? All I heard was do it. That's the only thing I heard out of your mouth at that point. But just a couple of weeks ago, they've been getting a lot of fodder off of Buffalo Bills games, football games. And apparently the tailgates people are just psychotic, but they're also filming everything. Everything from guys, breaking tables and throwing food on one another to weird sex shit. Like, they had a couple of weeks ago, they had a girl basically giving a guy head in the stands, like he had a coat over or whatever. There was a famous story where a girl blew a guy for a Kiko Alonso football jersey. All right. Kiko Alonso was a linebacker on Buffalo. And he had a jersey on. The guy wrote Deadspin. He's like, my friend had his jersey. This girl offered to suck his cock for it. And he said, okay. They went in the car. We watched. She did it. And then she comes out. And then they had a picture of her wearing the jersey, like with her thumbs up. She was all happy. And because people are classy all over the universe, not just Buffalo. But then the best part is Kiko Alonso gets traded the next year to the Eagles. It's like, and she couldn't get the taste out of her mouth. So,
oh my God.
So they ran the Bills thing. Every week this week, they've been showing stuff every week this year, I should say. And a couple of weeks ago, last year they had in a Detroit Lions parking lot, a guy eating a girl's ass. She was bent over a car and he was eating her from behind. I don't know if he's eating her ass or whatever, but he had his face just buried in her from behind. First of all, good for you. I'm on board, as you know, but, so that was on Deadspin. But then this year they had, and I didn't show Jill that clip because that was last year before I was telling her, hey, this kind of gets filmed. That was when I was still trying to convince her, hey, nobody's watching in the parking lot. Why don't you check the oil in this car and I'll check the oil in you. Let's do that, right? So the clip a couple weeks ago was just a guy railing a girl, doggy style. And on the run, you know what I mean? She's got her pants pulled down around her knees and he's behind her and he's just tagging her and people are filming it and they're cheering in a parking lot. And I showed her the clip and she just looks at me and she goes, what is that? And I go, it was at a Bills game a couple weeks ago. I told you Deadspin, they like find these clips. And she just goes, honey, that's terrible. Like, well, it's not really terrible. Like, I mean, it's terrible that it's, I mean, probably on the internet for everybody to see, but, you know, I mean, I must applaud them for their resolve because it's cold out there. Why not? But now we go to Phoenix or wherever we go, we're in a hot tub and I'll swim over and I'll start banging parts of me into her and, and I'll throw it and I pin her up against the side of it and she'll just go, honey, Deadspin. And because I mean I'll pull her suit off or something, you know, like because I'm that guy, and she's just like, honey, Deadspin, and there's windows everywhere, and I'm just like, and so again, if you know me, you know, I don't just go, oh, okay, honey, I swim to the other side of the hot tub and go, all right, well, that's fine, I'll keep as much space between us as possible because I'm a child. When I get admonished, I have to do that. And she's like, honey, you don't have to go away. And I'm like, well, I'm not going away. I go, I'm still here, but I mean, I'll give you a little space there because I'm a child. I'm petulant. I'm a baby. You won't let me go down on you in public? Well, then I'm just going to go all the way to the other side of the goddamn pool. Forget it. But like, we'll be in the hot tub and it's like, she'll just be sitting there and my trunks will float to the top. And she just goes, honey. And I'm just like, yeah, that's right. It's happening. So.
You are 5 in a pool. Oh my God, it's hysterical.
Well, I told you the one time, you know, because I love Jill and I love being with her, but I also wonder if she questions it sometimes because I'm a child. Literally, I am. I mean, I get that. You know, she's been with guys who work in factories and all that kind of shit. Literally, she dated Springsteen songs until she saw me, and now she's dating fucking Owl City. I mean, it's like literally this twee fucking idiot who spins and spins. You know what I mean? Like, I got into a hot tub with her once. I told the story on here once, I think, and I was in the hot tub and she turned the jets on because she was too hot, and I crouched all the way down until all you could see was my face above the water. And she's like, what are you doing? And I said, well, I'm trying to see what it feels like to be soup. And she just looked at me. And then it dawned on her that I meant it. Like, I mean, I was literally like, just kind of, I'm just like, all right. And she just goes, that was the first time I think she ever went, you are interesting. And, you know, I used to like that in the beginning, but I think now it's pejorative. You know what I mean? Like,
You think?
well, I mean, because that's the thing is because I want to be accepted at face value as her lover and her partner, but then at the same time, when she does that sort of thing, I kind of feel like, because again, because I have so much inadequacy and hate inside myself that when she's just like, you are interesting, I hear that in just like the most dismissive, terrible tone of all time. I'm like, wait a minute, first you wouldn't fuck me in a hot tub and now you're telling me I'm interesting? God damn it, why are you even here with me? And then I swim to the other side, backstroke all the way.
By the way, that was the worst swim I've ever seen.
That was pretty terrible, wasn't it?
Oh
Well, that's why I just...
That was like a turtle swim. What the fuck was that?
I went fucking like Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. Oh, that was awful. I'm glad this isn't a video podcast. You guys would be like, dude, you are no Olympic swimmer. And then, you know what? And now that's even worse because Jill, Olympic swimmer. Like now she's going to totally be like, you T-Rexed it, man? I can't fucking date you. She was a good swimmer like all through high school. That was her deal. She was on the swim team. She swam in 3 different meets, like not meets, but heats, events. Yeah. Like, you know, the 50-meter banana head or whatever the fuck, 100-meter butterfly and the crawl and the fucking spin. There's a banana head swim. It's in Wisconsin. It's only a specific Wisconsin one. It's in Wisconsin and weirdly enough, Puerto Rico. The guy dropped off at the airport. He was going to do it. He was going to compete in their Olympics. They're in their Puerto Rico Olympics. So, well, she was a swimmer like all through high school, and don't think that doesn't make me think of her in a goddamn sleek suit and diving in, and her body just kind of rhythmically moving around like that. Now she's a dolphin, and god damn it, I'm gonna stick my tongue in your blowhole. Oh my god.
I don't think this is so much rage as pent up sexual frustration.
Well, I got news for you. Wednesday we got business.
Holy crap!
Yeah, I get to town at 1:00 in the fucking morning, and I tell you what, Santa is in for a treat because he. Fuck cookies is all I'm gonna say. But that is part of it. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, I literally just,
I think maybe that's all it is.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. But still, there's all of it. It's all of it. It's a huge fucking mess. But this makes me laugh. We were in the hot tub in Phoenix, and in between me trying to tear her clothes off, we were talking, and some dude came out, and he went to the pool. It's a hotel pool. It's a fucking. Yeah, awful. But it was a big one. And it was an outdoor one, but it was a big one. But he comes out to the pool and he kind of like does that, like Clark Griswold, this is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy, you know, and he's like stretching and, but then he gets to the edge of the pool and he puts on goggles and he jumps in and he starts to swim like a lap. And I kind of looked and I didn't say anything. And Jill saw him. She goes, look at this guy. And I was like, oh, he's getting it done. Sometimes you got to get your laps in no matter where you are. She goes, I should go swim against him and like totally dust him. And I just went, oh my God, will you? Will you please? And she goes, I should. And I go, oh my God, do you know how funny it would be? I go, Jill, if you got out right now of the hot tub and you lapped him, like you swam next to him and you went and you kick turned and like backstroked, like, you know, and he finally, because he only swam, like he swam one, I guess a lap is all the way around, right?
Yeah.
So he swam one way and then he swam one lap and then he got to the end and he's like leaning on the edge of the pool and he's like, he's like, you could see he was winded. But I was like, if you would just go and just totally fucking like blow by him and then be there waiting when he gets to the end and then just when he just stare right in his face and just and backstroke away from him and get out and come back to the hot tub. I go, please do it. I go, I would almost film it. It would be the greatest fucking thing in the world because he has no idea. He has no concept. She goes, no, he's probably like some heart patient who's just got to get his exercise in. I go, that's why it's even funnier. Because he thought he was in a safe space. He's like, you know what? I'm just getting back into shape. I'm going to go ahead and get back on the horse here. And then the horse just stampedes right past him. Just fucking swims by. I just wanted it for the mean look at the end and the backstroke away. Just mean mug that dude. Fucking dust him. Go lap him in a fucking pool. And it was just, and I couldn't stop talking about it. I'm like, please go, please, now, even now, because he literally only swam one lap and he bailed. He had goggles on, fucking goggles. And I'm like, just do it.
Hurt your eyes.
Fuck that.
So, do you think that you're still upset she didn't do it? Is that why you're?
Yeah, that's the rage. That's what I'm carrying.
We found it.
It would have been worse if like she would have done that, and then all of a sudden she would have just started making out with that guy, and I would have been like, "What? Him? Is it the goggles? Was it the goggles?" I got you, didn't it? Reminds you of the old days. Reminds you of high school. You used to make out with guys wearing goggles all the time. Swim practice. Oh, I tell her, I'm like, oh, I would have come to all of your swim practices. Oh my God, I go, you wouldn't have seen me. I would have been under the bleachers. Just I literally, by the time I was finished, you could have swam in that.
Oh my God, you're disgusting and funny at the same time.
It's the fucking truth, man.
It's one of those things where it's like, never mind.
What?
It's like, can we talk about the fact that you were at Dirty Birdie Story Hour?
Well, I talked about it last week when you weren't here, but go ahead.
Well, it was one of those things where it was like, after your story, all of the girls that were getting ready that heard it for the next show were like, yeah, wow. And we're all telling stories of, yeah, I dated this drummer once who had really strong legs. And, you know, when you're in the air like that. And then the next one was like, and we're all going, yeah, it's kind of gross to talk about this, right? But it's really hot, right? And I'm like, yeah, it is.
Well, that's what the story hour was.
Yeah, but I mean, but that's the point. It's like, I sit here going, that's so gross. And yet it's really funny. And it's kind of hot. And it's, you know.
I don't think it's gross. I mean, it's real. You know what I mean? It happens and whatnot.
Because then you walk by at school and you step in it. And it's like, what the fuck is that?
Well, all right. I can see that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a
Somebody
solid
has
point.
to clean that up. It's like throwing up on somebody's back. It's gross.
Well, I'm not. I would never get to that. Well, I'm just saying, because also I reckon because that's another thing she'll do. Like we'll be in the hot tub and she'll be up against the wall, and I will take her. She'll put her legs up on my shoulders, like she'll just put her feet up on my shoulders, and I'll grab her ankle and I'll just put her whole foot in my mouth, and I just because I will because you know what, I'm gonna start there and I'm gonna work my way up. But again, I used to do it all the time and stuff, and then she'd be like, honey, and she'd kind of look around for what, you know. But we're in Phoenix, and we have this running thing now where she keeps saying, we're so married. You used to do this for me. You used to do that for me, and that hits me where I live a little bit because I mean I want to be a white knight on a horse, and I want it to always be fucking rose petals and all that shit. But in reality, you know what I mean. Sometimes you're in a hurry or you do something, and it just kind of so like because I used to make her coffee every single morning. In my house or at her house or in the hotel. Well, I found myself forgetting. And then I'll get out and she'll say, oh my God, you used to make me coffee. And I'm like, fuck, you know what? You're right. I go, do you want coffee? She's like, no, honey, it's not a big deal. And in my head, I'm like, well, if it wasn't a big deal, this wouldn't be the third hotel you said it in, but that's fine. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. And it's incumbent upon me to remember, but it's also, maybe you cut me a little bit of slack. I don't know, maybe. But like in the old days, like like in the forest preserve, like I said, or when, I mean, But I mean, I do shit that is probably questionable. I shouldn't.
You used to make me coffee. Now you push me up against a rock.
I'll make you coffee when we get home. Humor me in the woods. There's a steaming cup of Java waiting for you back at the house. Hey, if you want, let's get a fucking Coleman stove. I'll put some coffee on right now, and then we'll go at it on a tree stump. I don't give a fuck. Let's get working. There's a drought in these woods. Let's fucking soak it up. So I don't even remember what the fuck I was going to say. That's okay.
You used to make her coffee. You're a married couple now.
Yeah, like, you know, but it's so funny because she'll say that to me, and honestly, she means it. Huh?
That's a good thing, though.
Well, that we're together and comfortable.
that
You know what I mean?
you're couple.
But also at the same time, you don't want any magic to fade, and I don't think it has in that capacity. But I mean, it's been a long time we've been together.
Ebbs and flows.
But also we don't see because we don't see each other all the time. You know what? There's a dude who keeps going into the laundry room, and I think my stuff is kind of bogging up the deal.
Well,
I should probably go change
pause.
it. I don't want to pause.
Let's
Then I
pause
got to
for
edit later.
laundry.
Fuck. Children the world over have fallen in love with the Island of Misfit Toys. Why, here come some Moppets now.
Sir, do you have the Fisher-Price Laugh and Learn Never Forget 9/11 playset?
Yes.
Chalk?
Okay.
Sir, do you have the Pink Floyd Bubble Ummagumma trading cards?
Maybe.
Rope?
Yeah.
I really want the Walker Texas Ranger Lil Minuteman Border Patrol kit.
Well,
Fangs. I want a
okay.
tampon from Sarah Silverman.
Sure you do.
Cake? The super angry Gaijin Happy Good Time Yelling Houropoly?
I'm sure we've got all of those things and more at the Island of Misfit Toys, a subsidiary of MikeSchmidtComedy.com.
laundry's done.
Not folded.
It's not. No, it's not. Well, all right. Here's the fucking thing. So sure enough, this dude was making his way in and out of the goddamn laundry room, and I knew, I could see him, and it's my fault. Look, we did almost 50 minutes of goddamn show without, and the laundry only goes for like 40 or 30 or whatever the fuck. But I had both dryers. I had jammed them up. And look, there's nothing worse in an apartment complex than some fucking laundry whore. You know what I mean? It's like nobody wants that. Don't be seriously. There's the guy who just like acts like it's his joint. Because look, we all pay rent here. And I told a story I think in the first year of this podcast where I almost fought a Marine because he was like fucking touching my shit. And sure enough, I just went in there and all my stuff was in my baskets. Like and you know what? Look, I shouldn't be. Because I'm me and I'm irrationally mad half the fucking time. Part of me is upset that he got my stuff out of the dryer and he put it. But at least he put one dryer in one basket and the other dryer in another basket. He could have just piled the shit up. He could have just thrown it on top of the fucking washer, and I've lost a sock that way and had to climb behind the goddamn dryer to get my other sock. I mean, fuck. But just don't put your hands in my fucking stuff. Because I'll tell you this, I've gotten stuff out of the goddamn dryer before for people because the same thing. It's been that fucking someone else is whoring it up and they're totally like conga lining, and I'm like, motherfucker, I got shit to do. I gotta go. I got a plane to catch. So I drag their stuff out, but here's the thing, I will fold people's clothes. But I will not fold their underwears. I will fold all of their clothes, and then their underwear will sit in a lonely pile and go, what's wrong with us? They're just like, dude, don't we rate? And they'll be like,
Creepier though. It's like he folded everything, but he just stared at my underwear.
well, you know what I did? But I will tell you this one time, I folded like everything, and I folded all the lady underwear, but I left all the man underwear in a pile. Like, yeah, that's right.
That's just creepy.
You know why? Because I wanted the guy to come down and see it there and just be like, that dude touched my girl's underwear, but he wouldn't even get near mine. He's like, you goddamn right I did. You know who I am? I'm serial fucking panty folder. Take that. And you and your fucking briefs can go walking for the loom.
It's not kind to fold other people's clothes. Don't touch I will rewash an entire load.
Well, I'm on board with that. I hear what you're saying. And so, but he still dug his fucking bony arms into my goddamn clothes and put them in the basket.
in the dryer.
Don't care. Leave it alone.
Nope.
Because again, it's like two different camps, but I'm in both camps. I'm like, hey, you know what, man? Don't fucking clog up the laundry room. But you know what? If it's my shit clogging up the laundry room, back the fuck off, man, and don't touch my clothes. Who the fuck do you think you are, old dude? And that's a dude who lives in I think I've talked about them on the podcast before. You know, I have Lou the Racist Bartender, and I got the fucking guy upstairs with Munchausen's, whatever. He's got some syndrome where he doesn't want to talk to anybody. Yeah. I think he's kind of like, not autistic, but he's just a fucking banana head. And he's a guy who like just starts screaming for no reason. You know what I mean? One of those dudes. Like, he's like
Tourette's?
Yeah, but he's like an angry Richard Dreyfuss from Close Encounters. Like I just imagine his entire apartment filled with mountains of mashed potatoes and him yelling at them. He's like that dude. He's a little crazy. He's a guy you will make direct eye contact with him and you'll say, hey, what's happening? And he will completely ignore you and walk away. And he gets nervous. Like he does that. So I don't know if he's autistic or...
Maybe he just suffers from acute social anxiety.
Okay, well, fuck you then. Go live in a hospital. I mean, leave me the fuck alone. Don't drag me into your web of nonsense.
He's not dragging you anywhere. You keep talking to him
Bullshit.
for no apparent reason.
I don't know. I don't keep it. I don't keep talking to him. I said hi like a couple times, then I went, well, fuck you, tough guy. If you don't want to know me, then get lost. I have a podcast, goddammit. Who the fuck do you think you are?
He just wants a friend.
No, he doesn't. That's the thing. I've tried. Fuck you, Salt and Pepper. Go upstairs and leave yourself alone.
He wants a friend, not you.
I'm the best friend that man would ever have. Because obviously he's startled by like loud noises and stuff. You totally got to keep me around, right? I was going to reach him on a personal level where nobody else, fuck that. I don't give a fuck. I say hi to you twice and you ignore me. I shouldn't even give you the second time. Then I'm just pissed. Then I just fucking hate you. Get fucking lost. You and your grown-up autistic nonsense. You and your fucking Tim Robbins fucking bullshit. Fuck you, Jacob's Ladder. No thanks. Not interested. No, fuck you, Pink. With your ash burning down to your goddamn knuckles as you wonder what the fuck's going on with your comfortably on bullshit because one single pinprick. Bring, fuck you. I don't want you or your crazy fucking sullying up my building. Go move. Get in a fucking hospital. If you're not going to interact with people, get the fuck out of my way. I'm serious. At least a cursory nod or a glance or a hi. That's all you got to do. You know what? You're in society. Fuck your social anxiety. You're in society. Period. Society is not existing around you. You exist in society, so adapt, overcome, be a fucking, you know what? Be a social network marine. That's what you got to do.
So wait a minute. By that theory, if a guy can't walk, he should just tough it up and walk.
Yeah, man, get up. Go down to Walgreens.
I can't see. I should just tough it up and start seeing.
Yeah, fuck you, Tiny Tim. Throw your crutches away and crawl. I don't give a fuck. Do something. Walk around, clubfoot. I'm supposed to conform to you in fucking society? Bullshit. Stand up. We're all walking. I don't know who the fuck you think you are. You get to drive around in your chair. Oh, you're so goddamn special. Fuck you, FDR. Put your cigarette holder down and take your fireside chat walking. I don't want to hear about you and your roly fucking business. I don't care who you think you are. What, you're half cyborg? You can't use your legs. Oh, boo fucking who. We all got them. Learn to use them. Yeah, guess what? I was born without a user manual, but all of a sudden, guess what? I walked around. I figured them out. Just because you can't figure out your fucking legs, don't hang that nonsense on me. That's totally how it works. These guys are all, I'm crippled. Bullshit. You can get up and walk. You just don't want to. You're just pretending that your legs don't work because you don't want to figure it out like the rest of us. Hey, man. When my wife left, I had to figure out how to fucking make my TV work with the back and the plugs and all that shit, and I did it. Fuck owner's manuals. Legs don't come with them. You just stand up and you move. You know what you do? You put one foot in front of the other. And soon you'll be walking across the floor. You put one foot in front of the other, and pretty soon you're walking out the door into society to say hi to people and wave and not riding around in a chair like half a fucking robot. Fuck you, Ironside. Yes, it does. You lazy motherfuckers, get out of those wheelchairs. Who do you think you are? Oh, boo-hoo, I can't fucking walk. Oh, well, guess what? I can't get out of your way. I tell you what, this sidewalk's for people, not fucking half robots. You want to ride around on wheels? Get in the street and have everybody honk at you, motherfucker. You're rolling around, wee, fuck you. You don't think we all want to ride around in bumper cars all fucking day long? Yeah, we do. But you know what? The shoe industry would go out of business if it was for people like you. You owe it to Nike to get up and do a lap. And not a lap that my fucking wife will go ahead and sprint around you and make fun of you in a pool in Phoenix.
Help. You need to get some help.
Fuck that. Have Santa bring you some guts.
Oh my God.
Stand up, John Voight. This isn't coming home. I don't want to hear your PTSD stories about the mine you stepped on. Well, you know what? That's your fault. You should have known there were mines. It's called a minefield. What the fuck did you expect would happen? Go around. Didn't you play Stratego as a kid? You bump into the bomb, you lose a goddamn leg.
Oh my God.
You and the rest of the troops should have taken the long way, but no, you went for a shortcut and you blew off your leg, and I'm supposed to feel bad for you? Fuck you, Ron Kovic.
Holy fuck.
Lay in your bed and listen to the dripping and scream into the night, thinking about the time you stepped in a minefield instead of going around. That's your fucking haunted self. That's it. Hey, I could have gone around. If you would have gone around, you know what you'd be doing right now? Running a marathon. That's what you'd be doing.
Holy shit.
But instead, you took a shortcut, and now you take a shortcut through life on the rolly bus, you motherfucker. Get out of that chair.
What is wrong with you?
I'm fed up with these wheelchair people wanting all this sympathy. Who the fuck do they think they are? Tired of it. You got legs, use them. You got legs, use them. We all got them. You don't think all of us would want to ride in a Jetson car? Well, of course we would. You don't think I'd want to have somebody push me around in a wheelbarrow all fucking day? That'd be fantastic.
Wheelbarrow.
But it said, no, you go, oh, I got a fancy chair. I got to drive around. Look at me. I got wheels. Fuck you. You're not a car. Fuck you, vroom, vroom. Get up and walk. So angry at these people. Who the fuck do they think they are? Fuck you, kayak. Get out of the way. The rest of the canoes are coming through, kayak. I want that guy to write me again. Remember when that happened? Yes. All right. So don't touch my pants. That's the fucking bottom line. If my shit's in the dryer, stand aside. Go do something else. Go to the laundromat. Take your wet clothes out, put them in a basket, drive to a laundromat and dry them there, and then come home. And by the time you get here, you know what? My clothes will be out of the dryer. Fantastic. Or I'll tell you what, if you live in an apartment building, just go door to door and go, those your clothes, or those your clothes, or those your clothes, or those your clothes. That's better than touching my fucking socks, isn't it? So these dudes, yeah, they fucking put all my stuff in baskets. I guess that's okay. But still, I get freaked out because these dudes, they live in my building. They're like, I told you I got weirdos, but and now the little Japanese girl that doesn't clean her lint. Oh, fuck that. Oh, so sorry, sir. And I'm going to go over there and be like, hey, did you clean the lint screen? The rent screen? No, the lint screen. I don't know. No, rent.
Wow.
Bing, bing, ding, 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 ding. I'm kidding. All right, so.
Let's pick on everything today.
I tell you what, if a Japanese guy comes by in a wheelchair and starts folding my clothes, we got a problem. So the dudes who fished my clothes out of the goddamn thing, they're identical twins. And they've lived here longer than me. Like I moved here in '97, so I've been here in fucking forever. And me and like Oscar upstairs and guys like that. But these dudes, they are literally, I mean, identical twins. Okay, and I've watched them age over 17 years, and they work at a school and they coach teams, like they coach all this stuff. And every time I see them now I should say, in the beginning it was just like, oh, that's interesting. But they've lived together in, I hope it's a 2-bedroom apartment since I've lived here. They've lived in the same apartment, and they drive to work together. They come home together. They get food together. They do their laundry, and they are a team. They are a united front.
Neither of them are married. They just live together.
No, they're married. No, I have no idea what they were. They had live wives who live somewhere else. I don't know. I've never even seen the hint of a woman, like of one of them going, because I can't imagine them.
The scent of a woman?
Well, I've detected the scent of a woman, certainly. It's probably all over my fucking clothes now. I don't know what they do. They're nice men. They're very cool. I'll say hi to them and I'll have a little chat back and forth about sports or whatever. But I mean, I've lived here. Huh?
Can you tell them?
No. One of them got kind of sickly for a while there. Like he was starting to getting real skinny because they're normal sized guys. But then one guy started to get a little gaunt. But now he's normal again. Or the other guy got gaunter. I don't know. Maybe they're in a gaunt off. I have no fucking idea. The two of them engaged in an identical twin gaunt off, which is honestly, if that's not an Olympic sport, it should be, right?
I'm sure
I think the next year at the Puerto Rico Olympics, they need to put in the identical twin gaunt off. Can you imagine the guy from Puerto Rico listening to this show as his first introduction to me? The quiet guy who drove him to the airport the other day and said, yeah, I got a podcast. He goes, what's it called? I go, you don't want to know. You're going to hate it.
Which is a weird name for a podcast.
Yeah, and right now he's in Puerto Rico just going, identical twin gaunt off in the Puerto Rico Olympics? What is this fucking guy talking about? Nothing at all. But yeah, so they just... But now when I see them again, when I first moved here, it was like that novelty where you're just like, well, there's those dudes. And then they're in the middle of the time I lived here. It was kind of like, I only knew their names because when Karen lived here, she made it a point to be nice to them and say hi to them. And then, she disappeared. So I had no touchstone to anybody else in the goddamn building. Like literally I was just like, oh, the friendly one left. Well, let's not go to apartment 8 anymore. Hi, I live in apartment 8. What a dick. I just told everybody. Not that it matters. What if you went to every apartment 8 in California, just like slogging? Hello? Damn it. Oh, damn it.
And knocked back.
But now, so it's gone through all these phases. Like in the beginning, I was like, well, that's kind of an interesting thing. And then in the middle of it, I was like, well, they're just nice men. And now I'm waiting for them to show up on American Horror Story. Like it's just some weird, identical twin coach guys who've lived together for 20 years and probably obviously more than that. Like, I wonder if they were identical twins all through high school, and then they went, you know what? You go be me on the other side of the world, and I'm going to be you here. And then they went and met girls, and they lived their lives, and then they came back together 17 years ago, moved in here, and then they've spent their lives regaling each other with tales of what it was like to be apart. I don't know. I can't figure out. Like, I mean, dude, if I had an identical, pardon me?
What if they only have one job?
What? And they just,
And they drive there together and hide.
oh, goddamn, is that awesome? Bullshit. That's not even, see, you pretend like that's bad. That would be the greatest. Dude, if I had an identical twin, first of all, I wouldn't get a job. I would sit at home and just stare at him all day. Like, we would just literally sit in a chair across from one another and just be like, God damn, this is fucking bizarre, right? Isn't this weird? Like, I look just like you and you look just like me. I can't even understand this. And I'm Mike and you're Mickey. How close is that?
Are you going to keep doing the whole mirror thing with your arm?
Fuck yeah. It would just be like Lucy and Harpo the whole fucking time. She's like, little Chaplin action. Dude, if I had an identical, I would just stare. And if you got an identical twin, you got to fuck them, right? I mean, you have to. No, you kind of have to, because it's like you doing you. Like, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm in. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh my God, no, you don't.
Because, I mean, look, I have an absurd fascination. I will not lie about this. When I go to adult bookstores and stuff and they have like dildos and cocks on the wall, I'll go to the one that measures like me and I'll look at it. I'm like, And I wonder, because I'll grab it and I'm like, all right, well, yeah, that's about right. And then I don't know what I plan on doing with it, like putting it on a coffee table or shoving it in my ass. Like, I mean, I'm like, I don't know, what would this be like? I don't know. And then I'm like, I don't know why I have that weird, because all right, I'm going to say this and I shouldn't fucking say this. I have what I have. Everybody's got what they've got. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not getting any better. It's not getting any bigger. That you have, we all know where I'm at. If you don't know what I'm packing at this point, I think I said it in an old show. Go check it out.
Get on Snapchat.
Yeah, by all means. I got a 6x5 and we're all happy with it. So that's fine. But like, so I mean, I'll see that on the wall or whatever. And by the way, 6.5x5, depending on where I'm at weight wise. Anyway, I can't lose that half. So literally, like, but so now, and I'm going to say this, I'm with Jill, and I'm a fucking sex like maniac, like I'm that dude. You know what I mean? I like sex a lot, and so luckily she likes it with me, which is really cool.
It's sweet that way.
But I find myself because I doubt everything in my life. I doubt everything. I start to doubt even that. The like stuff that I there's stuff that I know how to do and stuff I've always done, but I still wind up questioning myself at certain points, and then you wonder, well, does she want more? Does she want this or whatever? Even though she can't move, you're like, because I equate sex with love very much, like very, very much. Like, so if I'm constantly sexing you, you love me and you continue to love me, and it's my way of getting that, and I'm feeding the beast is what I'm doing. Because like she will be like, she's like, my legs are numb and almost burning and I can't move. And I'm like, well, let's go. And she's like, no, you don't understand. I kind of need this. And let's maybe shower in an hour and get up after I nap. And we, cause I mean, I'll put her to sleep. She'll put me to sleep. I mean, it's fucking great. But then I'll wake up and I'm like, all right, well, let's tag me. Are we? And she'll just be like, honey, honey. And she's on board. But then sometimes you have to understand there's that, where the mind is willing, but maybe the body is a little, because she's even, like she's even stopped me and just went, honey, seriously, I need to recover, and I need to go make sure my hair doesn't crack, and I need to just go ahead and take care of all this. And I'm just like, all right, well, and then I have a thing inside me that's just like, well, did I not do that? Did I not do it? Should I not do anymore? You know what I mean? It's I shouldn't be like that. But also, I've gotten to this point now where I can't even. She's gonna yell at me for saying this. She's not really gonna yell at me. That's another thing. She hates that. She's like, you tell people that I yell at you, they must think I yell at you all the time. And I go, no, they know I'm an idiot, and I say that about everybody. The fucking laundry dude doesn't yell at me. Nobody yells at me.
I picture her in like a teacher uniform with a ruler, going, "Bad, Michael."
Ooh, hold on.
Yell at me more.
Do you know how badly I want to tell that glasses story? All right, so, and she knows what that story is. She's gonna be like, she's like, right now, wherever she's listening to this, if she is anymore, she's just like, don't tell the glasses story. Sophomore, Deadspin. So I can't. So I equate it with that, where I'm just like, let's do this over and over. So then you love me, and I'm proving I'm good, and I'm proving I'm worthy of sticking around and staying, and all those things. So. Fuck, I shouldn't even tell this, but I mean, I've gotten in the habit now is I'll grab stuff that, like, when I'm with her as a joke, like, because I know where, like, with my like girth wise, like what my hand, like the grip I would use to hold my cock. So whenever I'm with her, I'll pick up anything like a broomstick or a banana, and I'll just go and I'll literally put my hands around it and I'll go, no, I'm safe. I'm not gonna get replaced by this broom. I'm not gonna get replaced by this banana. I'm not gonna get replaced by this. And she's just like, honey, you don't.
That's funny, actually.
Yeah. Well,
that would really make me laugh.
well, she does. She laughs about it and stuff, but then she'll just like smirk at me. But then the best part is when I don't do it, she'll pick something up and kind of like hold it and just kind of like go like, like, and I'll put my fingers around it, my hand, and I'll go, I'm safe, I'm good. But then and then we were in the hotel in Phoenix and they had those big round pillows, and we got in and she goes, oh honey, sex toy pillows. And even in my head, I just went like, that was like fucking sexy and hot and awesome. But then in my head, I'm just like, how the fuck do you know what those are? And when did you use them? And who the fuck were you with? And oh my God. But I literally picked it up and I put both my hands around it and I go, fuck. Like I was like, I can't beat the sex toy pillow. I can't.
It's fucking funny.
Yeah. Well, but that, it's like, I'll grab like the water bottle. Water bottle's got me.
Oh, I can't use that water
But
bottle
Maestro,
now.
I got that. I killed the Maestro. All right. So, nope, we're good. All right. So now I'm measuring shit on my desk. So what are we talking about? My laundry? What the fuck? I don't even know.
We were talking about laundry. Before that, we were talking about...
And at one point I started talking about Secretary James Baker as he rolled around in his fucking wheelchair. You motherfucker, get up. Oh yeah, somebody shot you in the head and now your legs don't work. It doesn't work that way, buddy. If they shot you in the legs and your legs didn't work, I could understand your story. But bullshit. Shoot you in the head, you should be in a head chair. You should be sitting, you know what? If you got shot in the head and you tell me your legs don't work,
biology or science?
fuck that. If you got shot in the head, man, I don't want to hear your legs don't work because you got shot in the head. You know what? There's no reason for you to. You're just being lazy. You're just sitting in a wheelchair now. You're like, wee, because look, I got an injury. Bullshit. If you got shot in the head, you should be sitting in a wheelchair like Mork. Fucking backward style, because it's your head that needs to be sitting down, not your goddamn legs.
I forgot about that. He used to sit on his head.
You're damn right he did.
Oh my God. How did you even remember that?
Because that's fucking Mork, man.
Oh, Christ.
Shaw's fucking bot, man. Not fucking new.
I've forgotten everything.
He's calling Orson. Come in, Orson. All right. I still remember a throwaway line he did in Comedy Like a Speeding Bullet, where he does that thing at the end where it's a fan approaching him to ask him about Mork and Mindy, and then he's just like, oh yeah, that girl, that Mindy, and he goes, hey, did you drill her? And it gets a huge laugh, and then he literally it's just the face. He just goes and he goes, I didn't think so. Like just this weird throwaway thing. It's fucking he just. You know, because I don't know why I was thinking about him this week, but I mean, isn't it just terrible? I mean, it's so terrible that he's just gone. Like, you know what made me think of it? This will sound so weird because this is the phrase I thought of. Star Wars is out. I haven't seen it yet. Okay. And it's been very difficult not to see it and not to have it spoiled for me because of social media and all sorts of stuff. And everybody that I fucking Uber wants to get in the car and they want to talk about it. And I have to say to them, listen, I'm very sorry. I can't talk about it and I'd prefer you guys didn't. I know that sounds really stupid. And I always say I'm going to see it at 7:00 tonight, which is a lie. I'm not. You know what I mean? But it makes them all go, oh, and everybody's been pretty cool about it. But I happen to know somebody in my Facebook feed. They went online and they're like, media blackout for 4 hours before I see the movie. I'm so excited. And then like an hour before the movie, they posted a sushi roll and they were like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm going to see the movie. And then the next thing they posted was like this just fucking expletive laden freak out because apparently they were in the parking lot or in line to see the movie and someone walked up and told them everything. They thought it was funny or they thought they just did it. And I mean, I was like, man, you are just, you know what you are? You are a fucking, you just stole joy. Like literally you're a terrorist of joy. That's who you are. That's a jihad on joy is what you've just done. You fucking, how dare you steal somebody's moments? How dare you do something like that? It's just fucking terrible. And I for some reason I thought of, when I thought of joy terrorist, I thought of Robin Williams. And I don't know why it popped into my head because I was just like that because he was, you know, because he had that mean streak in him as well as being funny. I don't know why. But then I started to think of him and I was like, that guy's dead. And it was like, I wasn't even like his best fan, but I was just profoundly sad for a few hours because in my head I started to go, man, Good Will Hunting and Fisher King, and I mean, there are things that you in Mork. Like I thought of Mork, and I remember because I can still remember seeing Mork on Happy Days when it happened, and all of us kind of go because again it was so incongruous, and you're like, why the fuck is there an alien, and what the fuck is he doing? He was the first thing ever on that show that was cooler than Fonzie. Like you were just like, really, because you couldn't even keep up. You didn't understand what he was doing when he freezes, when he makes Fonzie go in slow motion or whatever. Like he's like, because nobody did anything to fucking Fonzie at all, but he came in and he did it, and you're just like, holy Jesus! And I can remember watching it, and we were so excited because we didn't know who he was, and it's so funny. I can imagine, especially now getting older, I picture the guys who made it, who created the show or whatever, who came up with the idea of Mork. First of all, if you're writing Happy Days and they go, hey, we need an alien, and you got to be just like, you guys are fucking crazy, right? Yeah. This is a 50s show in Milwaukee. It's bad enough we got him in swim trunks and riding a motorcycle and all that bullshit and sharks.
But that's the perfect time for aliens, because in the 50s, that was part of the whole sci-fi and so to rewrite it and bring that in is exactly what you.
Well, you know what's funny? You are right now. You are you're probably Gary Marshall. You're like the producers, and you're pitching the writing room on writing an alien into Happy Days, and we're all nodding. And then you walk out, and we're like, "What the fuck is wrong with that guy? An alien in a show about 50s Milwaukee? Get the fuck out!"
That was what Orson Welles did. That was all of that.
It's a ridiculous premise. I don't care what you say. Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying, and it worked, but for that show and what that show was, I mean, you want to have an alien, bring Chuck the brother downstairs. You know what I mean? It's like we haven't seen that motherfucker in like 12 years or whatever the fuck. He just disappeared. He could have been taken away on an abduction.
That was funny that people were just like, Chuck's gone. Oh well.
Yeah, and then you know what? Bring down Styx, the black drummer. Bring him down. Why am I reminiscing about Happy Days? Shut the fuck up. What a weirdo. By the way, if Styx was here and he had a drumstick, I'd put my hand around it. I got it beat. I will not be replaced by Styx's drumsticks. That's good news. Literally, we will go to the meat market and I will pick up like sausage or bratwurst or whatever. And I'll do and I'm like, I'm good. I will not be replaced by the bratwurst. I'm like, it's fine. It's so ridiculous. And she's just like, yeah. But my favorite part is that she plays along. And like, and her hands are a lot smaller than mine. So it's a little different grip, but it's fucking hot. All right. So I have, why not? I'll just say this. Because her hands are they drive me crazy. Like everything about her drives me crazy. Like her hands and her feet and her body and like all of that stuff. I am that guy. I told you, I want to just swallow her. But I can't even say this. She's going to get mad.
So anyway.
Deadspin. I have pictures of, never mind.
Yeah, don't go there.
Just.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
All right.
Don't go there.
Oh, don't go there. Don't go there. So we're so married. I was talking about that, I think, before a wheelchair dude stole my laundry. Anyway,
But when you spend a long time together and you.
But that's the thing is we don't get enough time, and we wind up because we're both fucking volatile. I'm not gonna lie. So when we see each other, we throw each other into us for 4 days, and then she's gone. And that's why I'm so fucking probably pent up and all this other bullshit, because I don't see her, and then I do see her, and then she's gone, and it's long distance is always hard. And whenever I tell anybody about it, I go they're like, yeah, man, long distance is hard. And I'm like, yeah, we've been together for a while. And then you tell them how long, and then they're just like, whoa. And I go, yeah, and it's probably 2 more years before she can move here, because we can't. Her son is in school, and everybody's like, and everybody's got that like, God love you, like, you know what I mean, that sort of thing, like good for you guys, and truthfully, yes, good for us. I'm glad, but at the same time, it's Look, I'll only speak from my side of the equation, but it's fucking hard, man. I mean, it's really fucking hard. And then add in the fact that I'm just like a deadbeat, and like whenever I see her, she's the one, she buys me a plane ticket to go see her or whatever, and it works out. Yeah, but I get into that thing where I'm not carrying my fucking weight, and it turns into a thing.
Financial inequality in a relationship is not a deadbeat. It just means that you've had different areas in your careers and you're at different points, and that happens.
Yes, but tell my haunted house of a fucking brain that, because instead I just feel, well, I feel like, dude, I just told you I'm picking up bratwurst to make sure they're not as big as my cock so I don't get replaced. And you're telling me to fucking take some sort of stock in the fact that financial inequality is whatever the fuck you said? I don't care.
It's whatever the fuck you said.
There's about 80 syllables in there where I just went, hey, I'm grabbing bratwurst to make sure I don't get replaced.
Do you ever pick up her checkbook and check to see if it's bigger than yours?
I don't have to pick it up. Are you kidding me? Literally, I try to put my fingers around the checkbook and I'm like, nope, that absolutely clears me out. I got no chance. I mean, I might have length on the checkbook, maybe, but girth, clearly. Her Uzi weighs a ton. I got no fucking shot. But luckily, she's chosen to share her life in that with me, and she wants me there. But it doesn't matter because I will tell myself that she doesn't. It's the fucking stupidest thing in the world, and it's like, and so I wind up spinning off. And so for like the last 6 months, she even said to me, she's just like, you seem miserable and like depressed, and I go, well. Yeah, because I mean, shit, it's fucking hard, and life is hard, and I'm trying to make this, because I will talk myself into anything, and being upset or worrying or pulling apart. Dude, stop, whatever. I'm revving now. But then shit like this week happens, and I just revert back, like, because I've been. I'm trying to change me and trying to be with her and then trying to be what she wants. And she's like, well, I just want you. And then I'm like, all right, well, this is me. And then she's like, don't yell.
Don't be you.
Don't be you. Stop being you for a second, motherfucker. And I'm like, this is kind of me. Like, you've gotten the cool version of me for a long time. And now, because we're so married and we're so comfortable, I'm not making you coffee and I'm going to fucking scream. It's going to happen. You want to combine them? I'll scream about not making you fucking coffee. It'll be perfect. So I started doing that shit to her, but then it's like, but the thing is we're doing damage to one another when we do that and we don't recognize it. Like when she says that about the coffee, it makes me go, oh fuck, I should have made her coffee. She doesn't love me. And it looks like I don't love her now. And that's splitting and black and white bullshit and nonsense. And I've read my books and I know it's not true, but it doesn't matter because I want to save her. I want to create a soft bed for her to fall in and lay in. And I want to bring her coffee and make her happy. But in reality, just being me would make her happy. But then I'm me and she's not. No, I'm yelling. And she's like, no, dude, don't fucking yell and be sarcastic. I'm like, oh my God, don't you know who you're with? Fuck.
So do you think you're stuffing the yelling and being sarcastic? And
Yes.
Making you so angry?
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Just go punch a homeless guy.
Well, but here's the thing. But the thing is, I should. Well, all right. Well, it's funny you would bring that up.
Oh shit.
That's what I'm talking about. It's manifesting itself. It's like I'm there in Heavy Metal the movie. There's this the Lochnar is this overall overseeing overlord, and he shows this little girl these terrible things, and then at the end, when he starts to be overwhelmed with this psychic energy, he starts to split apart, and then finally he just kind of explodes. And that's how I feel, man. I feel like I'm coming apart at the fucking seams half the fucking time because I'm trying to serve so many different masters and not doing a good job of any of it. And it's so funny. I'm reading books and I'm being told by Shannon, and it's like, hey, look, you know what? When you wake up and you go to bed, you're with you. You got to make you happy, man. You got to make sure that you are the one who is doing the things that you need to do to be yourself and be happy because, it's like I tweeted one time, I wrote, hey, wherever you go, there you are. And you are fucking awful. And there's truth in that because you have to recognize who you are as a person, and you can only do the work on yourself. But I sometimes resent the work I'm doing on myself because I think it's changing me for the worse. I think I'm becoming by losing aggression and losing rage and losing anger, I think that I'm losing the essence of me and I'm becoming passive and I'm going to accept my fate. And I don't want to do that. I want to rage against the dying of the light. I want to do that. It's just the problem is the light continues to die and I continue to rage and I'm not doing anything about fixing it or changing the situation. And that's what I need to fucking do, man. That's what we all need to fucking do. Right?
But you can't.
Let me turn this around on all of you. This is not your problem.
You can't change the dying light. You can only change how you react to the dying light. And if rage isn't working, acceptance might.
Yeah, but when you accept it, you're just moping around with your hands in your pockets and going, oh man, the world's happening to me. No, you got to fucking seize the world.
No, then you're seizing the world, but you're not fighting it.
But you got to fight it. That's the whole point.
You don't have to fight the world. You celebrate the world.
I should be writing jokes and creating bits and going out on the road and doing comedy because I'm busy grabbing bratwurst to make sure I'm not getting replaced. It's fucking crazy.
Why don't you write a joke so you're not replaced?
Any round cylindrical object, I grab it and go, no, I'm good. I'm good today. I'm going to beat that. That's fine. I can't explain my head. I really can't. I cried at Jungle Land in the car. Like, I mean, it's just like so fucking bizarre. You know what I cried at? I listened to Jungle Land by Bruce Springsteen and I love it. Love it. Love it. Beautiful girl sitting on the back of a Dodge sipping a warm beer in a soft summer rain. I mean, just, it doesn't get better than that. You can't You can't be better than that.
But it can be. Because it can be different.
True. But at the end of the song, he I can't even believe this is happening. He wails like this fucking scream. And at the end, the rat is dead and the girl turns out the light and nothing's good for anybody. And he screams it. I will scream it in the car. It's so dumb. I want to be better. Fuck. Don't touch my laundry. I have to be better. I have to be fucking better. But I think that the things that I'm trying to do to make me better aren't helping. They're not helping. And I keep having these imaginary mileposts and I keep having these touchstones where I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. And then somebody throws up on me in a fucking car. And I think that my girlfriend doesn't ever want to be with me again because what kind of man would let himself be thrown up on in a car? Ever. It's the weirdest thing and it's the weirdest misplaced rage or anger and it's the strangest thing because you know what? You just have your circumstance and that's how you fucking go. But you know, I hear that song and I scream at the end because he does these. It's as the crescendo hits and he's wailing in such a fashion where he's so wounded. And I completely identify with it. It's ridiculous. Maybe. I don't know. But I find touchstones in art and I can identify with things through that. And every time it plays, I sit there and I no matter where I'm at or what I'm doing, I will scream along with the end because I want to just scream. I just want to scream. Because it's not fixing. It's not changing. It's a fucking hamster wheel. And look, we all have it. We all live our lives and we all do the things we do. And, you know, I didn't have any kids to ruin. You know what I mean? So I've just got me and I'm fucking destroying me every small fucking part of the time. And I want to be adored. I do. I want to be worshipped. I want to be nurtured. I want all the things we all fucking want. And then I reach out for them and I don't get them, or I reach out for them and I don't get them the way I thought I should get them, or I don't get them the way I want them. And you just, like a chimp banging on a fucking cage wall, you're just like, and you're going to explode. I just feel like I'm coming apart. I just do. I wish it wasn't true, but it's true. You know, I have good things in my life. Absolutely. But but I have me. There are good things and then there are me. And you sit there and you go, well, do I deserve these good things? Should I keep these good things? By being me, am I going to let these good things get away? Because eventually they're going to see that I'm me and they're not going to want to be with me anymore. And they're not going to think that I'm good or I'm worth it or I'm enough. And what's funny is I've shared that with Jill. I'll say that to her. I'm like, the thing is, I just don't know if I'm good or if I don't know if I'm enough. And all I want you to stroke my hair and go, hey, you're good enough. It's good. But then she'll be like, you're ridiculous. And I'm like, no, don't tell me I'm ridiculous. I'm not ridiculous. I am ridiculous, but I don't need ridiculous right now. I need to put my head in your lap. That's what I need. And I just need you to fucking cradle my head and go, yeah, you know what, dude, you're fine. But then at the same time, I recognize that is just supreme weakness. Because you got to take care of yourself. You got to just you can't constantly, because again, she's got her own fucking stuff. She can't be babying me and holding me and rocking me to sleep and going, it's fine, everything's fine. I have to make everything fine. I have to convince myself that everything is fine. This is a fucking meltdown. What the fuck am I talking about? Jesus Christ.
Talking about relationships and life and wants and needs and
Yeah, but you can't impose your will and your needs upon someone because you're going to suck them fucking dry. Literally, by the end of it, Jill's going to look like the goddamn corpses in the backyard of Poltergeist that come out in the rain. I'm the fucking rainstorm and I'm going to rain on it and then she's going to burst out of the mud just fucking spent. Like, suck her completely dry. I'm going to sous vide her to death, man. It's like, that's not good. I suck every ounce of emotion and try to take it and fuel me, adore me, worship me, love me. And I've been doing it forever. I've been doing it for fucking, probably, and look, I've learned and I talked to Shannon and I'm like, yeah, these are the things that I want. And she's like, well, then you need to get them for yourself. You need to find you in you and find satisfaction in you and do those things. And yes, you do. Everybody has to. They do. But fuck all that. People should love me. I'm the fucking greatest. God damn it.
You missed.
Jill right now is upset because she hates when I throw water bottles across the room. But like, yeah, it's like when I said she's going to yell at me for saying this, you know what I mean? She doesn't yell at me. She's always like, people think I yell at you. Oh my God, honey, that's terrible. And I go, no, they don't really think you yell at me. They know that I talk in hyperbole and I talk like a fucking goof. That's what I do. That's what I do. I don't know. I'm coming apart. I wish I wasn't. And you know what's funny is I think the show has never been better the past like 5 weeks. And I know that sounds ridiculous. It's better when you're here. I mean, it's like, I did a show last week alone and I did it. I can do it. I do shows with David. I can do it. But that's not the show in its genesis. That's not the show I want to present and the show I want to do.
That's also a false bullshit thing in your head. You are just as funny without me as you are with me here. It
doesn't matter.
You feel more secure when I'm here. And that's probably, and I'm gonna put my glasses on and go all Shannon on you right now.
Hold on, do I have to give you a nickel?
No.
The doctor is in?
The doctor is in.
All right.
It's a false sense of security that you have when you're like, I just want to put my head in your lap and have you tell me everything's okay, or the show is better when you're here. Those are falsehoods that you tell yourself in order to feel as though you're valid. You are just as funny and just as strong without me here or Jill here. Your partner or your producer or they're not what make you funny. You make you funny. You make you a great person. You make the person that, tells that story on stage and 6 women are in the back room all giggling about sex with a guy because that story brought out all these other stories in them. You are that person that affects other people in a positive way. You just have a hard time accepting that. You have a hard time believing that that's okay if it's not posted on your Facebook page or immediately told back to you or, reinforced. And that doesn't make you bad. That doesn't make you wrong. It doesn't even make you broken. It just makes you have to realize that it's okay to accept that you're good and great and human and have faults and have strengths and have all of those things.
Fuck all that. All right, so.
Idiot.
It's the world's smallest violin playing for the podcasters.
And I'll be vulnerable here for a moment. We all have these feelings. There's nobody that doesn't have that. I'm sure Shannon's told you that. The difference is
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck about anybody else.
I have seen all of the changes in you since the time I've met you. And I don't think for one instant you're less funny or you're less anything. If anything, I think you're more real than you were before because you do see things more and connect them in a different way than you did before. And you may make the fuck all joke or the, get out of the wheelchair and walk joke. But they're all done tongue-in-cheek and humor-wise.
Well,
you're not a narcissistic crazy person.
But I am that.
No,
I disagree with you. I am a narcissistic crazy person. I will absolutely go on. I've read my books. They tell me so.
I disagree because if you were, you wouldn't be this self-aware or self-tortured.
Well, I'm self-aware and I have self-torture. That's funny. I don't know. It doesn't.
We all go through self-torture. We all
sure.
sit and wonder, does the world think I'm a fraud? Does the world think I'm crazy?
Well, I've talked about that when it's, you know what, you can do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want to do, but when it's dark and it's cold and you're alone, you look and then you are revealed. And, I know I don't make the effort I should. I know I don't do the things. And I keep, like I said, I have these arbitrary signposts. I'm going to get my headshots. I'm supposedly January 12th. And then I can get, my Adam, who is our huge fan here, works for an agent. And he's like, well, I have a relationship with another agency. I can walk you in there. And when I get in there, I think I will make an impression. And I want to start doing voiceovers. And again, because those will fuel me into feeling at least, I hope, a little bit better about who I am and what I'm doing. And I won't have somebody throwing up on me unless it's for, comic effect. Good for you. But I know you're not your job and you're not, it's Fight Club thinking.
You are, in a sense, because that's one aspect of the thing that takes you to the next point.
Right, but this is my job. Yes, this is who I am and this is what I fucking do.
Pay the bills, no different than, the great actor that makes these great, fine, small films, but then makes the shitty blockbuster that they hate in order to pay it.
Well, when Shannon told me that she said, you need a mantra, you need something. And I said to her, I've had one. I said, I've talked about it on the show here. I said, this will make you laugh. I was talking to Shannon. I go, when I was homeless in Tahoe, I used to walk around, and she just goes, pardon me? I said, well, I was homeless for a while in Lake Tahoe. And she goes, when? And I said, when I was like 21. I go, I wound up working for a gambler, and it was weird. I had to carry a gun, and she's just like, what are you doing? Like, she looked at me like, what kind of work are we doing here that I don't even know about this shit? So so literally, and this was with like 8 minutes left in our session. So I go, all right, let me thumbnail this for you. So anyway, this guy tried to kill himself, and I saved him, and I slapped him. And then we wound up living in the streets, and I lived in a casino for a while, and I had to steal money to stay alive. And we stole salsa to live. All this bullshit. I was like, I almost went by year one. Like, I should have just said that to her. But she's like, you need a mantra. And I go, I had a mantra. I go, when that shit hit the fan, and I had nothing, when I had really nothing back then, and we were homeless, and we were stealing salsa to live. I said, I used to go and apply jobs at McDonald's. I said, I applied for jobs as a janitor. And I said, and I would, every time I would do it, I would hate myself, but I would put pen to paper. And in my head, I would say, when you're trying to make a living, there's no such thing as pride, which is what Richard Marx said. As we all know, Richard Marx said, and don't mean nothing. When you're trying to make a living, there ain't no such thing as pride. And I used to say it every day, all the time, whenever I would do something that I thought was beneath me. The only problem is, guess what? Everything is beneath me.
See, and I look at life from a different perspective, and I can't remember who said it, but whether you are...
It may have been Bryan Adams.
Whether you're the person on the stage, you're the person sweeping the stage. Have pride in what you do.
But what if you're the person sweeping on the stage who knows you should be the person who's on the stage?
You do a great job sweeping the stage till you get to the next level.
Yeah, I know, but what if you continue? What if you sweep the stage for 35 fucking years?
What if you do?
Yeah, well then you're fucked.
No,
you are.
If you were a great stage sweeper and people who came in appreciated what you did and it allowed them to be better at what they're doing, why isn't that good?
Fuck all that Magic Johnson bullshit. I'm not in this to give assists to people. I'm in this business to score. I'm going to the hole. I'm going to the fucking hole. I'm posting up and going to the paint. Fuck me. I'm not a facilitator.
That's the adjustment you need to make.
Fuck
because
that.
When you facilitate happiness with other people, they facilitate happiness back to you. And being the great stage sweep is where somebody goes, where's that guy who's always here who's fantastic?
With the broom.
Doesn't matter.
Because we got a mess to clean up.
No, because the next thing happens. Showing up is half the job.
Yeah, but if you're showing up for something you hate doing, like I have no interest in being the best Uber driver who ever lived.
You make the choice to hate it.
Well, because I should be doing more.
Right now, I'm going to do it really well, and I'm going to really love what I'm doing right now till the next thing comes along.
You know what I love?
Because when you were homeless, when you were writing on the TV show, when all of those things were happening, wherever you were there, and you were the one being good at it. And you'll be good at it the next time the good opportunity comes around, instead of the opportunity that is the one you have right now.
Yes, but until the good opportunity comes along, I'm handing out quarters in an adult bookstore and telling people guys they can't jerk off. I'm driving Uber and getting thrown up on.
So what?
Yeah, I know. It all forms you. It all makes you who you are as a person. But you know what?
Let it form you in a negative way.
But when you're, dude, for fucking.
I got that guy home. He didn't end up in a car accident or dead.
Fuck that guy. I killed someone is a problem. But if you want to wind up in a car accident, go ahead.
But I'm saying you did something great, which was a great service to mankind, and you need to accept that sometimes it's not the service you want to be doing, but it's still a great service.
But it's not even the service I should be doing. You should always be doing the thing you're best at, because then
you're doing it still. You're doing this while you're still doing that, and you need to find the love in the shit that gets you by in between the great things. The World According to Garp was such a great film because it's like, you have a great girl on your side. You have the podcast still. You have all of these things. Let them be enough to get you to the next level. Not enough, but let them be enough to hold you together to the next level.
Yeah, but the next level is not coming. And it's my fault. It's my fault. I don't put nearly the effort in it that I should.
It is if you put the effort in and you're going to do that. I know you are. And I'm not trying to give you a pep talk here. I know
people too. That's okay. People stopped listening when I started yelling at wheelchair people. So they're long gone.
I know you're more than driving a cab. Like, I'm more than managing a ramen restaurant or working a sex phone line or, I'm more than that. But it's also part of the things that gave me great stories and wonderful things in my life. You have great stories from working in that sex shop. It may not have been great then, but it's funny now. If that weren't there, you wouldn't have had season 2. All of those things made you and gave you the source material for what you are now. The Uber stuff gives you great stories for the show. Love it for that alone. Love yourself more. Dude, you're awesome. I know. Tell me to shut up and go fold your laundry. I saw it. I saw your eyes glaze over, and he's going to tell me to go fold his laundry. I'm like, fuck you. Merry Christmas. It's a wonderful life.
Don't touch my laundry.
Mike, it's a wonderful life. It just isn't always great when you're standing there going, where's the fucking $8,000? Mm. But somehow the bills always get paid. Somehow you always get by. Even when you were homeless, you got back up on top. Life is ebb and flow.
I'm sorry, hang tight. When did I get back on top? Please let me know.
You were writing on a TV show for a while, making good money.
Everyone lives the life.
Back doing those again.
Everyone had the childhood they have. Everyone lives the life that they live. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is. I get that. I understand it.
If you want more, work more.
I know. Trust me. I fully
You
accept
are some of the
all.
most talented bootstraps I've ever seen.
I fully accept that it's my responsibility that I've wound up in the morass that I am in.
So
it's my fault.
forgive yourself and move on.
No, nobody forgives anybody. Certainly not themselves.
Forgives everybody. Forgive yourself and move on.
Unless
you intentionally do shitty stuff, and even then, forgive yourself and move on.
Guy threw up on me on Tuesday. Tuesday, I believe it was. I did the show on Thursday. And then I Ubered to LAX on Saturday. And this is what I mean by when I say I'm coming apart. I should say this. Friday, I actually started Friday. Well, it started Tuesday when the guy puked on me. And then I was disillusioned. And then Friday, I had a girl in the car, Ubering her. We were talking baseball. She knew baseball. It was kind of fun. So we were talking, and a guy, he pulled out in front of me, and then I changed lanes, and I got in front of him because he started honking at me and flashing his lights. Like, I mean, literally, I hadn't done anything. I recognize when I drive aggressively or when I'm kind of being a dick, and so he pulled around and he caught up to me. And he's screaming at me out the window. And he looked, he's just a fathead. I mean, it was just like a guy with a beard and a mustache, and he's just yelling at me. And she's in the wer and she looks out and she sees him. He's screaming like, fuck you, you fuck. And he's like yelling. And I looked out the window at him, and he's pointing and gesturing. We're driving. And I'm like, and we're not even in the freeway. We're just on fucking Moore Park or where we were. And I just kind of shrugged, like, I don't even know why you're mad. Like this. Why are you wasting your hate on me? I didn't do a fucking thing. Like, I understand if I did something, then that would be fine. And he starts screaming and he points at me. And so I just gave him the thumbs up. Okay, buddy, we're having a good time. And he fucking threw a lit cigarette and bounced it off my window. And then he swerved into my lane to try to scare me that he was going to hit me or whatever the fuck. And then, of course, when he did that, he then took me, because he knew the 101 was coming up. So he swerved at me, and then he just immediately got in the 101 and he took off. And she looked at me and she just goes, that was aggressive. And I go, it was crazy aggressive, right? And she goes, well, we didn't do anything. And I go, nope, we were in the car talking about the Dodgers. I don't know how the fuck that happened. And she laughed, and I recognized it for what it was in the moment, a crazy person who was having an overreaction. But I also felt punked and felt like I had pussied out by not chasing him. You can shrug all you want. I'm trying to take that. That's inside me because I have no control over anything. So I think I can control that. If I can grab that dude and shake him by the fucking lapels and go, what is your problem? You know what I mean? I don't know if that's going to solve or fix anything, but that's what I wanted to do in the moment. But, I had heard, if she hadn't been in the car, I don't know what would have happened. I don't know if that would have just been I don't know. But I literally didn't feel any rage for him because it was so comical that he had chosen me to single out. But I stored it away because I still felt like a little bit of a pussy because I didn't do anything about it. And then Saturday, I went to the airport. Drove a guy to LAX, a mutual friend of ours, our friendly Patrick, and I awkwardly asked Patrick on a date. That was the weirdest fucking thing ever. Well, the thing is, I genuinely like Patrick.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's a really cool guy, and I find him interesting. And he's got a bit of a shtick, you know. But he's himself. He's never been anything less than great to me.
Yeah.
He listens to this show. He's very complimentary, and he's interested in things that I'm interested in. Like he likes crime, he likes movies, and he's a terrific performer. He's funny. So we're in the car and we were having a little crackling dialogue, a little back and forth, a little Capra-esque back and forth. And he's got his watch chain on and his vintage vest. And I'm taking him to the airport to go visit his family. And he mentions the show and he asks after Jill, which he always does when I see him. And he's like, you know, I'm so happy you found someone like that. And I'm like, so am I. And, you know, hopefully she'll move here. We talk we were having a great conversation. So as we got to the airport, he's like, all right. I go, when are you home? And he said, I'm home. He's home before I'm home because I was going to offer to take him home from the airport. And I said, this is going to be weird. I go, but, I would like to hang out with you. And he's like, I don't know what you mean. And I said, anything, lunch, dinner, if you want to just get coffee sometime or hang out. I go, this is the most awkward thing I've ever done. I haven't asked anybody on a date in probably 25 years. But that's pretty much, I go, my friends have kids and they're successful. I go, not that you're not successful. I go, but you seem like, since because you're a single person or because he's dating someone now. I go, you have a girlfriend, I have a girlfriend, but you know, maybe they're busy doing things because his girlfriend's going out of town for a couple of months. I go, well, if you're looking, you know, my girlfriend's always out of town unless she's here or I'm there. I said, but if you want to get lunch or hang out or go see a movie, I would kind of like that. I go, I know this is awkward and I will not put my hand on your leg. I promise. Until we see where this goes. And he's like, yeah, I'd love that. He goes, that'd be kind of cool. And I'm like, all right, I'm never going to ask again, just so you know. I go, I've asked, and now you've said yes, and now we will never speak of this again, and I will never see you again. Because it was so fucking weird. But it was like, I like him. He's fucking cool. And I'd like to go fucking hang out and go to a movie, and because I don't have that anymore. I don't. You know, I mean, I have Jill when I'm with her, and then we text, but I mean, I don't get to hang out with anybody. My friends all have kids. You know, Pat tries to reach out, but everybody else is very busy. They go to a bar, they do, you know, shit that I don't do. And basically, again, I want to be worshiped. So, I mean, how often can you find anybody to get in line and do that? Hey, you guys want to hang out and tell me how great I am? That'd be fucking fantastic. So I dropped Patrick off and I'm feeling good. And by the way, here's part of Patrick's shtick. Patrick, he said he would pay me to take him to the airport, and I told him he did not have to do that. He was my friend, but he handed me an envelope. And in that envelope, I didn't even look because I wanted to wait till I dropped him off. But also he said, there's a hard drive in there with a book you were asking about. Because there's a movie I love called Killing Them Softly. It's a very bleak movie. And I talked about it at length here on the podcast. I think when it was like when I did the Moonrise Kingdom episode, because I saw them both the same week, and I loved them because they were just total opposites. But I love Killing Them Softly. I love Gandolfini in it. I love Brad Pitt. And honestly, that movie is kind of like the Jungle Land of movies. Like it's almost like the song Jungle Land in movie form. Small time guys doing small time shit, and eventually people die. So I had seen him at the Dirty Birdie Story Hour, and he had asked me some things about Killing Them Softly, and we talked a bit about it. He said he really enjoyed it. And he said, I loved the source material. And I said, I didn't even know there was source material. I said, I just saw the movie. He's like, oh, it's based on a novel. It's amazing. And they did things in the movie that they're not in the novel. Well, then, completely unrequested, he gave me a hard drive with the book on it.
He is one of the most awesome people I know. He
remembered I liked it and purposely made a copy for me and brought it. I'm to give you the hard drive, by the way, when I put it on my computer. And he's like, yeah, I put it on a hard drive for you, and it's really great. And he goes through this whole speech, and I go, wait a minute, I can't keep the hard drive? Like literally, I was just, that's all I took away from it. So it was great. I mean, it was really cool. And then he paid me in $2 bills.
Yep.
Because he literally pays for everything in $2 bills. He has purchased download sets from me. He has purchased live shows, and he will hand me $2 bills. Because he's like, I don't do internet commerce. I don't pay on the internet. He goes, so here you go. And he'll hand me cash, and it's always $2 bills. That's his deal. Which made me laugh, by the way, because then I told my trainer, John, that because I had to pay John Monday, and I gave him $20 and $2 bills. He's like, what the fuck? Where did you get these? And I explained to him why, and I explained to him Patrick, and he goes, that's funny. He goes, my dad does that. He goes, my dad would go buy guitar strings from a music shop in the neighborhood. They were normally like $4 and a quarter, but if you had a $2 bill, they would give them to you for $2. So when my dad would get paid, he would get a certain amount of $2 bills so he could always buy guitar strings on the cheap. And I was like, well, that's a pretty awesome story. And it was neat to find there was somebody else out there who did the same sort of thing.
Bills connect people.
Well, they certainly connected those people.
Yeah.
And you know what does not connect people so much? $3 bills. No, might connect the wrong kind of people. You never... I think it may have connected the twins in my building. So it was awesome. I dropped Patrick off at the airport, and everything seemed to be fine. And he was asking how Ubering was going, and I was explaining it, trying to. And then I'm leaving the airport. Now, the airport's a zoo. We all know that. So it's especially around the holidays. So I'm parked on the thing, and I've got my phone out, and I'm trying to. There's like 40 exits from the airport, but I didn't know. All I was doing was going to Uber. Like I was going to go Uber the rest of the day on Saturday. So I was trying to find the best way out to go where I wanted to go. So I pulled over, and I was probably going slower than I should have. I'll admit, because I've got my phone in one hand and I'm looking at the lights, and the light was green. As I approached it, though, I was going slower, and then it turned yellow and red when I could have gone. I went too slow. Well, because we were stopped at a red light, then the person behind me lays on his horn. He doesn't just honk it; he lays on it. And I finally realized, like, I'm literally looking at my phone, still trying to, and I go, "That's for me," and And because it wasn't going away, and it's that thing where you kind of like look around, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what's happening, and then I look in the rearview mirror, and I see him pointing and screaming at me, leaning. His one hand is on the horn, and he's pointing and yelling, and I look and I shrug, like what the fuck, and he opens his window, and he screams, "Fuck you, you motherfucker! What the fuck is your fucking problem? Put your fucking phone down!" He's yelling at me. Yeah. Now Tuesday, somebody threw up on me. Friday, someone tried to throw a lit cigarette in my face and swerved at my car in front of a girl. And now it's broad daylight. It's 11:45 in the afternoon. There's everybody around, windows down, everything, and they see him pointing and gesturing at me and screaming at me. And then he throws like a soda can or something out of his door. It doesn't hit my car.
What is wrong with people?
But he's that mad that I delayed him. And he's screaming, he's honking. I'm just shrugging. But then Tuesday came back to me, and Friday came back to me. And disrespect in spades just washed over me, because you know what? This job lends itself to disrespect. 90% of the people, maybe 95 are great. 5% of them think that you're their chauffeur and they can do whatever the fuck they want to you. And I have a story about that in a second. I mean, I had a woman go down on a guy in my car, and I was like, I go, you probably don't want to do that. And she sat up and she goes, "Sir, I'm really sorry. I should have asked first. Is it okay if I do this?"
Oh my God.
Called me sir, asked for permission to suck her boyfriend off.
That is awesome.
Uh-huh. And I said, you know what? You're home in a mile and a half. I'd prefer you didn't. And she goes, okay. And then I drove, and she did anyway. Because what am I going to do? Throw them in blowjob jail? Literally, I saw her in the rearview mirror put her head back down in his lap. And I just, again, just the sheer level of disrespect. And look, I understand, like I said, I tried doing a cab. I've tried doing a hot tub. Could I on a plane? Could I on a train? Yes. I would eat Jill's green eggs and ham anywhere she fucking let me. So I get the danger of it. I get all of it. That's a thing that I like.
There's no danger left after they're like,
agreed.
I prefer you would.
Once you say sir, sex is over. You're done. Unless you're talking to your boyfriend and asking him, sir, is it okay if I do this back here? Because then I'm on board with that all over again. But to ask me permission and then I say no and then you do it anyway, there's no naughty there. Now you're just a cunt.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you were doing it on the cheap or on the sly and I didn't notice or something, then maybe there's some sort of hint of danger. But the very fact that I went, hey guys, you're almost home. Can we hold off?
To get off of, yeah, he's watching us now because he knows.
Right.
I mean, yeah, but no,
I can see it.
I prefer you did.
But once I said, yeah, because I didn't make a big deal out of it. Because you know why? When children act out, you don't yell at them because it will scare them. You just want to let them know. No, you give them a stern rebuke and say, no, you probably shouldn't do that, or you should not. I don't know much about parenting, but I know that. So you know what? If a kid's blowing another kid, you just go, hey, you guys probably shouldn't do that. And look, like I said, I've had there's
remember that from Dr. Spock.
Of course, yeah, it's right. It's chapter 69. So literally the cheapest joke I've ever done.
Ended, I don't care.
But I really were done.
Merry Christmas.
The cheapest joke I've ever done.
Awesome.
So yeah, that chick went down. She just continued to blow the guy, and I'm just like, and didn't finish him. So then he's got to tuck it away when he gets out of the car, and they got to get their shit together. And I'm like, could you guys just get out? I mean, just so bad. So just the sheer disrespect level of a guy throwing a cigarette at me, people just walking all over me and going, no. I should say this. Friday night also, I went to pick a woman up, and I pulled up and I'm waiting, and you're supposed to wait like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I wait a couple minutes, and then I text, hey, it's your Uber, I'm outside. And she doesn't answer me. And then I call, it goes right to voicemail. And then I text again, and I go, hey, I'm here. And this is the same thing that happened with the drunk guy. It took forever, and I was about to leave, and they finally showed up. Yeah. Well, finally, this woman, she just sends like 8 question marks on a text. And she goes, I'm outside too. And so I took a screenshot, and I said, I'm here. I go, this is the address. This is where I'm at. She goes, I'm outside. I don't see you. I put the car in drive. I drive a car length. She's standing in front of the other car on the sidewalk. She wanted me to come get her. She didn't want to walk. She didn't want to look. She never even budged from the fucking sidewalk. And I pulled up and I rolled the window down and I'm like, Stephanie with an I? And she goes, oh yeah, Michael? And I said, yeah, I literally, I told you I was right here. She goes, well, I've been waiting. I said, I'm here. I said, she goes, oh, well, I saw headlights. I wasn't sure if you were going to pull up and get in the car, dumb fuck. That's somebody who needs a wheelchair. Get ahead, roll your own fucking self around. You entitled fucking whore. And she's not a whore. She's probably very nice. But you know what? Just the fact that she went Stephanie F.I. I'm seriously, you're already in the behind the fucking 8 ball at that point. So the disrespect of being, pull up a foot and get me, or, do what I say, and I didn't even tell this story. Tuesday, the guy threw up all over me. I went out Wednesday night driving, and it was late, and I got pinged to go to downtown LA, and I pulled up. Some guy named Derek, same thing, called, texted. And I was about to leave, and a bouncer comes over and knocks on my window, and he goes, you Uber? And I'm like, no, well, I actually just keep the U in my window because it looks nice, but yes, okay, today I'll be an Uber guy, you fucking dick. And he's in a suit, he's in a nice club downtown because they've gentrified downtown, and it's gorgeous.
Awful.
Well, I mean, it's really nice bars and stuff, but it's full of all the fucking millennial hipster cocksuckers. Yeah. And he goes, all right. He goes, I got him. And he opens the door, and Derek comes walking up, and he's kind of shaky, but his friend is holding a garbage bag, an empty garbage bag. And I know what that fucking means. The club gave it to him. And I go, hey, whoa. I go, no. I go, is this guy going to throw up in my car? Literally the day after Jeremy puked on me. I go, is this guy going to throw up in my car? And Derek, the guy goes, I don't think so. And the bouncer goes, are you going to just get in? And I go, no, they're not getting in. I need to know. And I'm not even joking. They give me the garbage bag, goes, and he starts to, I go, gone, bye, close the door. And he's like, well, no, it's okay. He's fine. And I go, close the fucking door. And the guy, the bouncer goes, see ya. He closed the door, and I canceled the fucking trip because I'm not, it's never happening again. It's never happening again. So,
Wow.
Guy threw up on me on Tuesday. Guy almost threw up in my car on Wednesday. Woman wanted me to pull up a foot to get her. Guy threw a lit cigarette in my car on Friday. So it's adding up. It's building in me. And like I said, I'm already full of enough fucking shame and rage anyway as a person. But then when I equate myself through my job, and then I get treated like shit. And look, there's a lot of people who are very nice. But this guy lays on the horn and he throws like a soda can at my car and he's screaming and he's yelling. And I think of the kid who puked on me, and I think the kid who almost puked on me, and I think of the woman who wanted me to pull up a fucking foot to get her. And I think of the entitlement this guy has to be screaming in front of me and to be calling me a fucking pussy and screaming at me and yelling at me in front of everybody. And I can see people looking at me, waiting to see what my reaction is going to be because they don't understand why this guy's a psychopath. And nobody's looking at me and just fucking nodding and going, yeah, this guy's a psychopath, right? They're all instead looking at me like, oh man, you poor dude, you're taking that and you're just going to sit there and take it because you've taken everything this whole fucking time. All you do is you sit there and you fucking take it and you take it and you fucking take it. And all you've done is you've fucking taken it. And right now you're just an embarrassment. You are a fucking embarrassment to yourself and to everybody. Everybody can see it as they sit around here and they watch you and they look, and nobody could ever think anything good thing about you. Nobody could ever think that you were a good person. Nobody could ever think that you were worth anything because you sit there and you let this guy push you around, and you let Friday push you around, and you let Thursday push you around, and you let Tuesday push you around, and fucking Wednesday push you around, and you let fucking life push you around, and you sit there in your fucking car and you just take it because you take it. That's who you are. You fucking take it in the face, and everybody looks at you and they feel bad for you. And I put my car in fucking park. And I got out of the fucking car and I walked back to this motherfucker and I said, fuck you. And he got out of his car, probably 62-year-old man, Iranian guy. And he did the thing you do when you're confronted by a bear. You get bigger to try to scare the bear. So he jumps out of the car and he's like, motherfucker, I will put you in fucking hospital, you fucking bitch. And I go, what the fuck is your problem? It's Christmas. And he's like, motherfucker, fuck you. And he's flipping me off. And I'm just standing there and I'm seething and I'm raging and I'm vibrating and I want to kill him. But there's that part of me, there's a little part of me, the part I've discovered recently in the past 2 years, who knows that you don't do those things anymore. You can't do those things anymore. You're 48. You can't beat up the fucking world. You can't take on all of the boys in the schoolyard. They're going to come around. There's nothing you can do about it. And I sat there and I looked at him and you know, I've talked about this before when you meet rage with rage. And I did for about 6 steps, and I got up to him, and when he leaped out of the car and he started screaming at me, and he's like, again, he's a 62-year-old Iranian guy screaming at me, you bitch, you motherfucker, I will fucking kill you. And I'm not kidding you. I envisioned getting in tight, grabbing him by the throat, pinning him down, and just using his car door on his skull until he was finished talking or yelling ever again. Ever again. I mean, I knew exactly what I was going to do. He had a gray sweatshirt on. So I was going to get in close and he would do whatever. I was going to kick his legs out from under him to put him on the ground and then poof, 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 and just beat him to death with his door. I swear to God, I knew it in my head. I knew it. I knew it. I could see blood. I could see teeth, and I could see him never fucking screaming at anybody ever again. And then I saw Jill in my head. And I knew I was going to see her on Wednesday. And I saw a future where I didn't have to fucking fight everybody, where I didn't have to fucking control the world, where this guy didn't mean anything to me. He didn't mean shit to me. I had no connection to him whatsoever. I could drive away and never see this fucking guy again. Just because I choose to compartmentalize what he said to me and I'm a bitch or I'm terrible, and I feel, you can only feel the way you feel because you feel that way. Nobody can make you feel a certain way. You will own those things only if you want to, but you can just let them go into the ether and not care. So I just looked at him and I reached out and I held out, I just flipped him off and I held it and I went, Merry Christmas. And he's screaming and yelling and I turn around and I walk back to my car and I get in and I'm fucking shaking. And the light turns green. And I just grab my phone and I start to pull forward and he fucking floors it. And he peels around me and he flips me off as he goes past. And I'm driving and I turn and then he cuts me off and hits his brakes on purpose. And I rear end him. I thought I was getting away from him. I went, you know what, just let him go into the ether. You don't have to worry about this. Just drive away. And he purposely, because there was nobody in front of him. The light was green. There was no reason to brake. None. He absolutely on purpose cut in front of me and hit the brakes. And I was driving and I rear-ended him. And I pulled around him and pulled over. He pulled over and he got out and he just laughed. He smiled at me and he goes, I need your insurance. And I said, yeah. I'm checking for it right now. And he goes, well, if you want to give me cash, you can just give me cash. And I go, I'm not giving you a fucking dime. You did that on purpose. And he goes, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I need your insurance or I need cash. I said, all right, give me your insurance. By the way, he was also an Uber driver. He had the sticker in his window. He was driving a piece of shit 2005 hybrid. Didn't care if I hit it. Didn't care. So I'm exchanging insurance information with him, and he's literally just smirking. And he's like, so if you just want to pay cash, it is fine. He goes, but if you want to do insurance, whatever, it's up to you, buddy. Whatever you want to do. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not giving you a fucking anything. You did that on purpose. And he's like, I don't know what you were talking about. So as we're exchanging information, airport police come over. Now we're out of the way. We're not on the street. We're not blocking anything. We pulled off to a red curbed area and we're exchanging information. And this airport cop comes over and he's just gravy and skin. Just a fucking meathead, just tatted up. And he comes walking over and he goes, what are you guys doing? And I'm like, well, we were just in an accident. So we're exchanging information. He goes, you can't park here. You got to go. I go, well, I get that. I go, I want to go. I go, I don't want to be here, but right now we're trying to get insurance information because literally you can see his car. I was in an accident. He goes, doesn't matter. It's the holidays. We can't everybody sit on the curb. Just get out of here. I go, I would love to leave, but I don't have his insurance information yet, and I'm not leaving until I get it, sir. And he just goes, well, I don't know what you're trying to do. Are you trying to cause trouble? I go, sir, I was just in an accident. You can see from the damage on both cars. We're exchanging information. I'm a little shaken up. And he looks at my car and he gestures at it and he goes, shaken up over that? Again, I can kill two guys in my brain with a car door on a Saturday afternoon, can't I? Right? Because that just goes right to you're a pussy. Like literally like, oh, you're shaking up over that bullshit. And like, I wanted to go, no, I'm not really. I'm trying to give you some excuse to get the fuck away from me and go take care of real fucking crime so your orange vest doesn't feel lonely. Get the fuck away from me, man. While this is happening, a woman pulls over. And she gets out of the car and he looks and he goes, you can't park here. She goes, I know. And she walks up and she looks at me and she goes, are you okay? I said, I'm not really. No. I go, I was just in an accident. She goes, I saw it. I go, and it was clearly, I said, this guy did this on purpose. She goes, I know, I saw it. I said, what do you mean? She goes, I saw him yelling at you. I saw him pointing at you and I saw you get out of your car. I didn't know what was going to happen. But then I saw him cut in front of you and hit his brakes. Yeah, he did that on purpose. I said, look, I don't mean to impose on you, but would you be willing to give me your name and phone number and be a witness for like my insurance company? She goes, absolutely. Yeah, because that was terrible. And so she gave me her name and phone number, which was great. And then I don't want to say this guy's name, but literally like, because I have a picture of his driver's license and I laughed. I laughed out loud when I saw it because I wanted to go, you know what? With a name like yours, you should probably not be shouting at an airport. I'm just going to say. When you hand me a driver's license that looks like a Farsi eye chart, you should not be the one drawing attention to yourself around planes. So we exchange information and I get in the car and I drive off and I fucking parked and I'm just shaking. Cause I don't know how much disrespect you can take as a person. And it's so weird. It's like, it's not even about me. I know the thing, I've got to leave my body and go ahead and say that this isn't about me. It's really not. But it's funny. He's called twice. He's called because I gave my cell phone. He's called me twice since. I know he's going to ask for cash. That's all he wants to do. I turned it over to my insurance company. I gave him the phone number, the witness and stuff. I got to call them because they're on the case. But I'm fucking falling apart.
You should file a criminal case against him as well.
I just don't want to pay for anything. I just want
I'm saying you should call the cops and say, how do I file this? This guy is he purposely did this. We have an eyewitness. Because that's illegal.
Yes, Ostensibly it is, but it's like when that fucking drunk hit me and destroyed the Murano, the cops were going to arrest me because I was yelling at her for not having insurance. It's like they don't know, nobody, trust me, these are white collar crimes that nobody gives a flying fuck about. They just don't. Now, if I would have beaten him to death with his car door and he would have spit fucking teeth all over the goddamn ground, then maybe I would have gotten their attention. But until then, I just don't see them. I just want my insurance company to go, you know what, you're not at fault and your rates aren't going up. Because this year's been a fucking nightmare for that. A nightmare. And the fact that I'm still driving and I'm in the car fucking 11, 12 hours a day, it's man.
What is the movie that he, Falling Down?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sunday night.
Oh shit. I knew about the car accident. Oh shit.
Sunday night I'm driving. And like I said, I'm coming apart. Okay. Like I didn't even yell at the Iranian guy. I like got out and I just went, it's Christmas. Like I was trying to reason with him because I'm trying to maintain some sort of sense of self and not lose my mind. I mean, again, I'm a guy who beat the fuck out of a car on Highland Avenue. I mean, you can't do that in this day and fucking age. So I've swallowed it. I've swallowed it all. I got out of the car and took 6 steps and went, don't do this. And instead just went, Merry Christmas. Like, I mean, it's Christmas. What is wrong with you? Walked out.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, I was driving all day. Yeah, I drove 10 hours or whatever. And end of the night, it's bar time. So I get pinged for a bar here in the valley. I pull up. I was happy because it was in the valley. It was a mile and a half from my house. So I was like, wherever they're going, this will be the last one. I'll call this. Because I was heading home. What I do is I leave it on as I head home and hope to get stuff close to the house. So I pull up. It's 4 young people, probably 25. And it's 4 of them, and they picked pool so they can pay the cheaper rate. It's all nonsense. It's so stupid. So I pull over and I do what I always do. And the guy gets in the front seat and he goes, hey, what's going on? And I go, how are you? Thank you. Where are we going? And they hop in and he gets in the front and a woman and a guy get in the back. And then a second woman gets in the back right passenger seat with a lit cigarette.
Ooh.
And this happens a lot when you Uber. You'll pull up and they're smoking and they'll finish their cigarette before they get in your car. Like they just can. You have to wait for them or whatever. Oh, hold on a second. I have to finish killing myself. And then they reek. And then you got to fucking, I literally will open all the windows if somebody gets in after smoking. I don't give a fuck. I don't want my car is clean. It smells like lemon for a reason. I don't need you coming in and fucking it up with your cancer. But they do. And so I'll open all the fucking windows. I don't give a shit. So these 4 people get in and she gets in with the lit cigarette and she's smoking it. She doesn't close her door.
Right.
And she's blowing her smoke out the door.
Mm-hmm.
I go, are you smoking in my car? And she goes, no. Blows it out the door. She goes, I have the door open. She's drunk. Her friends are drunk. And I said, look, you can't smoke in my car. Just, are we leaving or are we not leaving? She says, I can smoke wherever I want. Blows it out the window. The open door. I said, you really can't. I go, this is my car. If you want to ride, get in, close the door, put the cigarette out. You can't smoke in here. She goes, what are you, a cop? What are you, from Simi Valley? And the guy in the passenger seat goes, I'm really sorry. She's been drinking. I said, I don't care. I said, last chance. We're leaving. Close the fucking door. And she goes, oh, I can smoke if I want. I'm just trying to finish it. And she goes, oh. And she puts her cigarette out on the bottom of her shoe.
In your car?
Uh-huh. And gets in the car and puts the cigarette in her pocket. And she goes to close the door and she goes, you don't have to be mean to me. I go, you don't have to smoke in my car. I told you 3 times. And she leans forward and she goes, just drive, and hits me on the shoulder. And that was it. Sunday is the symbolic end of the week. It was also the end of Good Mike. And I was on the break with the car and drive. And she hit me on the shoulder and said, just drive. And I threw it in park. And I went, get the fuck out of my car. And all of them freeze. Because they were initially, the three of them, as she was smoking and being a cunt, the three of them were like, we're really sorry she's been smoking. I'm sorry, sir. They were profusely apologizing in the moment. Yeah. And I went, and I just said, get the fuck out of my car, loudly, bass, voice, yeah. mad. And she goes, oh, no, just drive, sir. I'm sorry. I go, get the fuck out of my car now. Everybody out. All of you fucking out. And the guy goes, sir, we're really sorry. I look at him and I go, now. And he got out. And I turn around and the other people are like, all right, well, we're really sorry. I'm so sorry, sir. I'm really, and she just goes, sir, you don't understand. We need to get home. And I go, I don't give a fuck. I go, you know what? I'm not a horse. I don't fucking giddy up. You don't hit me on the fucking shoulder and tell me to just fucking drive out of my fucking car now. And she's like, sir, I go, I will drag everybody out of this fucking car now. And I got out. And I went to reach in and start grabbing bodies and just dragging them the fuck out. And I would have left them laying. I would have curb stomped the fuck out of you. I would have American History X all four of you motherfuckers. Fuck you entitled white motherfuckers ordering me to drive and smoking in my car and telling me what the fuck to do. Fuck you throwing up on me or wanting to throw up or bring a garbage bag into my fucking car. Fuck you for fucking doctoring up an accident and causing my insurance rates to go through the goddamn fucking roof again. Out. Everybody fucking out. Three of them got out. She got out finally, but she came around to me. And I got out because I was like, literally, I'm going to start dragging people. They come up to me and I go, look, don't talk to me. I could just leave. We're done. And he goes, sir, I just want to tell you how sorry I am. I go, I understand that. He goes, I'm really sorry. And he shakes my hand. I go, fine, I get that. Merry Christmas. I'm sorry too. I don't want this. But you know what? You don't get to disrespect me. You don't get to treat me like that. You don't get to treat people like shit. Who the fuck do you think you are? And he goes, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I go, fine. I understand it's not you. It's not them. It's her. But you got to get her and you got to take her away from me right now. This is bad. I don't want this. And I go to get in the car and she's blocking me from getting into the driver's seat. She goes, sir, please, we need to get home. And I go, you should have thought about that. Get out of my way. And I've got my hands in the air just because I don't want it to look like I'm going to shove her or push her. I don't want her to say anything. My hands are in the air and I'm like, look, get away from me. Get away from my car. Get away from my car. You need to leave. Sir, I'm really sorry. I don't care how sorry you are. You weren't sorry a second ago. I wasn't a sir. I wasn't a person. I was a fucking nobody behind the wheel of a goddamn car. Get the fuck away from me and get away from my car now. Sir, but you don't understand. If you don't take us home, you don't get money. And I froze and I looked at her and I go, I don't need your $3 fucking at all. Get the fuck away from me. Sir, I'm really sorry. I don't care how sorry you are. I look around and they're all, they walked away. They're like almost a quarter block away and I go, hey, and they look at me and I go, you need to come get her now. Because she will not let me get in my car and it's going to be bad. You need to get her now. Do I need to call a cop? And they're like, no, sir, we're really sorry. And they come over to get her. And she's like, sir, you just got to take us home. You just gotta. It's your job. And I go, it's not my fucking job. You don't own me. I'm not a fucking horse and buggy. Get off. Get out. Get the fuck away from me. And they came and got her. And of course, once they grabbed her, well, fuck you, man. Fuck you. And I go, right, great. Take care. I got in the car and I just fucking floored it and drove away. And I turned the corner and I parked and I'm shaking and I'm vibrating and I'm and I grabbed the phone and I texted Jill and I said, honey, I just had to throw 4 people out of my car. I'm borderline dangerous. Can I come home? She said, honey, what's wrong? And I just started fucking typing and telling her what happened. And she's like, I'm sorry. She's like, I'm so sorry you have to do this. And I go, so am I. So am I. And then I had to contact Uber and tell them, look, don't charge these people. I go, but I explained everything. I said, I even said, I go, look, this is not the fault of the man who ordered the Uber. He was profusely apologetic while the entire incident was occurring. But one of his friends was belligerent and actually put hands on me, and I refused to take them, and so they should not be charged for this ride. And, they wrote me back. They're some robot. Yay. But I lost it, man. I just fucking, I finally, because it took all week. It took all week because I shoved it down and I shoved it down. And I need to make a decision. I got to decide who I want to be. You know, because I was me for a long time. And there are good parts to me. The only problem is I was also him. I've been doing everything I can to get rid of him. But maybe I need to recognize that he is useful. And maybe he can help me become me again. I don't know. You guys can get me at mikeandmikeschmidtcomedy.com. You guys can be my friend at facebook.com/the40year-old boy. Who wouldn't want to be my friend after this? I like me. I like him too sometimes. Like I said, there's value in being big and scary sometimes. You guys can follow me at twitter.com/the40year-old-boy. And see, you know, literally see if my mugshot shows up at some fucking point. Our friend David Hernandez does all of the music and artwork for this show. I can't wait to see what he's going to come up with for this week. So that you should be going in. First of all, go to facebook.com/DavidMexHernandez and be his friend there. Or you can go to artbydmh.com, that's ARTBYDMH.com, and follow him, write him, have him do your artwork for you. You can commission him to do stuff, or he can actually sell you some of his Valscapes and Gycons, the stuff that he's already created, or he'll create something specifically for you. Why not? Why not do that this holiday season? I'm sure if you contacted him today, he would have an oil painting done for you by Christmas.
I don't think that's true.
You don't think so? I don't know how oil works or paint. I know how David works, and I'm betting he could probably have a fucking painting done in a day. I just don't know what dries or any of that nonsense. I don't know anything about art. I don't know anything about commerce either. So go to artbydmh.com and check him out there and be his friend. Remember, our friend Ryan Dirks does all the web stuff for the show. Hey, I owe him a text or an email, probably. I should contact him. I do. And yet I don't contact him. You can find him at facebook.com/Ryan Dirks. Our great friend and producer, Lily Von Stupp, whether she wants to think so or not, is an integral part of this show, and I'm excited that she was here this week, and I'm glad. You can find her at several different places. You know, you can be her friend, or I apologize, queue up to possibly be her friend if there are any openings.
Follow me on Facebook. Click the follow button.
Follow her at facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp. There are no more spaces for friends, folks. She's all full up.
I have 4,418 friends right now, and that's 18 more than I want. I have issues.
Sounds like you got 4,418 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
Oh, there's a few.
All right. Sounds like 18 of them. So go be her follower on facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp. And if you don't want to just follow her there, you want to follow her somewhere else. And you should, because I heard the view is fantastic.
Please don't stalk me.
Go to twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp. Twitter.com/MNTs, Twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest, and Twitter.com/Boobdini.
Boobdini.
Purveyor of Vagic. You should go check that out. That's all of those places. So that's several different Twitter accounts. Please follow her at all of those. But if you'd like to write her a personal note.
Oh, please do.
And find out what candy bar she was eating when I said that's like eating a chocolate-covered thumb.
Yeah.
You can write her at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
He drives his sleigh like no one else. His name is Santa, and he lives with elves.
Sluggy Records is proud to present a very 80s Christmas. All your holiday favorites performed by Cameo, Poison, and this classic by Soft Cell.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm and all is bright. Round young virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild. Silent night, silent night.
available in stores. Call 1-800-867-5309 to order. How else are you going to be able to enjoy this Billy Idol masterpiece?
Give me a Christmas where treetops glisten. I want a Christmas where children listen. I want to hear some sleigh bells in the snow, just like the Christmases I used to know. I want a Christmas so bad, may the days be merry and bright. I'm a dreaming of a white Christmas. May your days be merry and bright. 3 kings, I just received gifts from 3 kings. 3 kings, they brought frankincense, gold, and some myrrh. What is myrrh? I'm not sure what it is, but I don't need it. Those 3 kings, I think that myrrh is some kind of gum resin. Is there a gift receipt? Man, I'm the son of God.
That's right, A Very 80s Christmas is available only for a limited time. Celebrate the season with all the synthesizer-heavy, pop-laden bubblegum ditties of the MTV generation and all their big-haired glory. Get in the holiday mood with Yuletide Classics 5, John Cafferty and the Beaver Round Band, Dexy's Midnight Runners, Don Johnson, Ronnie James Dio, and many, many more. A Very 80s Christmas is available on 2 CDs for $19.99 or 33 8-track cassettes for only $63.50. Call 1-800-867-5309. Call today. Jenny is standing by. Order now. Warning, listening to A Very 80s Christmas can make you wear your sunglasses at night.
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. Lily's crossing her arms and sighing at me. I guess I can't blame her. I'm sighable. I'm arm crossable. That's who I am as a person. So the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. It is produced by, I think I may have mentioned this person earlier. You may have heard her earlier in the show. I think she actually opened the show. She is producing what is no doubt the most successful burlesque show in the history of Los Angeles, beloved by all, attended by millions, and a very lucrative enterprise, and one that you should
Buy a ticket.
sonically, emotionally, maybe not financially just yet, until you guys buy all your tickets. And then the money will just come pouring in and her coffers will be bursting. I'm, of course, talking about Lily Von Stupp. Hi, Lily. How are you?
Oh, I'm peachy keen.
Will she be at the show next week?
No.
All right. There has to be a burlesque performer with that name, correct?
I don't know.
If there's not, there should be. There should be a Peachy
Is
Keen.
there a burlesque performer named Peachy Keen?
Are you really asking Siri?
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to know that. Wait, have you trained Siri to know all things about burlesque?
My sources. I didn't find anything for a burlesque performer named Peachy Keen.
There isn't.
Well, folks, I'm throwing that out there. If you got tits and you want to show them to people, call yourself Peachy Keen. That's the move.
That's all it takes.
That's it, man. Get a fan and a boa and an attitude, and you're out there.
That's all it takes.
Well, here's all you need right now to get started in burlesque. You need a fan, you need a boa, you need the ability and the want to show your tits to people, and you need Lily Von Stupp's phone number. And boom, you are on stage and making people palpitate and sweat.
Oddly enough, comedy is the same way. Get a mic and start talking.
So I'm proving it every week. You think that's some sort of weird insult, but yet I prove that amateurs can do this every single week.
I believe you're a professional.
Are you saying my name should be Peachy Keen?
No. The name of the show should be Peachy Keen today. Oh. It's that or you need to get some help, so.
That could be the name every week. That doesn't count. There's really nothing else.
I'm terrorist, but I don't think you want to put terrorist in the title of your show right now.
No, what'd you call it? What was it?
Time terrorist.
Time terrorist.
Yeah,
All right.
you don't want to put that in the name of a show right now.
Do me a favor, folks. Write in your suggestions for this week's show name, and I'll be happy to go ahead and retroactively put it in the bank. We'll write it on the legal pad and pretend it was a choice, because already, if you look at your little iPod vagina screen or whatever the fuck, you'll see the name's already been decided upon. So, I think we're going with you need to get some help, probably. Although
What if we go, you need to get some help, Peachy Keen?
I like you need to get some help, time terrorist. I like that much better. Or I like Peachy Keen, time terrorist. As if we're like
Okay, there you go.
it was like a
Peachy Keen,
fucking
terrorist.
comic book or something. Peachy Keen, time terrorist.
Is that how you use a semicolon, by the way?
Huh?
Is that how you use a semicolon?
I said colon.
Oh, a colon.
Yeah, no semicolon. Semicolon would be to set off two separate thoughts, but peachy keen, colon.
Why can't I get those right?
I don't know. See, here's the difference. A colon is two beady eyes, and a semicolon is a winky eye. That's all you got to remember. That's all you need to know. See, when you want to wink at someone and tell them two different thoughts, you use a semicolon. When you want to stare them down with a beady eye and connect thoughts, you use a colon. How's
My
that?
response to anyone who posts anything on my page telling me grammar stuff is simply, "Yay! Make fun of the dyslexics. You know we're a protected group."
You should say you should say we're a proop protected, or a protected proop.
Sometimes I'll just type "fuck you." I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. I meant to say "have a nice day."
Oh, that's fun. I like that one. That one's better.
I'm cheery that way. Block.
You're almost peachy, I would say. Block. Are we down to 4,417?
No, but I have blocked 12 people over the last 3 weeks.
12.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah.
I call that 12 angry men. You blocked a jury.
I did. I blocked a jury.
You did. You sent them off to fucking just get sequestered forever.
By the way, if I was an Uber driver and anybody ever hit me, the first thing I would do is, OnStar, get the police here. I've just been assaulted.
Yes, I know. However, ringing in my head was the cop going, "You're shaken up over that?" So if I called the cops when a 5 foot, 112-pound woman smacked me, he'd be like, really?
My response would be, do your fucking job. I just got hit by this cunt.
You know, that's right. That's like when my car got totaled by the drunk from Texas, and I said, "Hey, she doesn't have any fucking insurance." He goes, "You need to get out of here right away before you get arrested." So they do their job. I trust nobody anymore. So, hey, guess what? Let's talk about burlesque and shows and naked people. The Monday Night Tease is a fantastic show, one that I enjoy, one that I love. It's near and dear to my heart, one I'll be performing on soon. Our friend Lily Von Stupp produces.
I'm excited for that.
As am I. Lily produces that show. And you are, well, we'll talk about that in a second. How was this week's show?
It was great. It was the last third tease at Threes. Diamondback Annie and Lux Lacroix have been working with me for almost a year. They now have a new venue, and they're moving to Tuesday nights.
Awesome.
Yeah, once a month. It's going to be awesome.
So let me ask you this. Is it easier to not sell tickets on a Tuesday?
You're funny. You're funny.
Well, good for them.
No, here's the thing. They're moving to a venue that I think is more in line with the style of what they're doing, and I think it's going to be really successful for them. And they built up a good core crowd, and really put together their chops with what they want the show to be. So I'm happy for them. I'm thrilled.
As am I. Good for them.
I look forward to going there and seeing it.
Well, I like Lux. I think Lux is terrific. I don't know if I've met Diamondback just yet.
She did her she did her Elvis number, which was the first number, and I was telling her backstage, I said, the first time I saw you do this number in LA was at a fundraiser, and you came over and you put your scarf around my neck, and I just was like, it just brought everything wonderful about Elvis. And so last night she put her first scarf around Phyllis.
All right.
And then brought her second scarf, put it around my neck, and gave me a kiss on the cheek. And I pretended to faint into the guy next to me. And he's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry. No, yes, no, yes." It's their last night here, and it was just really sweet.
That's awesome.
It was a very touching moment.
Well, cool. I hope it goes well for them at the new joint.
I'm sure it will. They're fantastic. I mean, they're both incredible performers.
Oh my God, Lux is ridiculous. Like I said, I don't know our Diamondback Annie, but I do know Lux.
You would love her Peter Criss number.
Oh my.
Yeah, she comes out on a throne that literally spins. I mean, it's fucking gorgeous, and the music is playing, and at the very end of it, she straps on a codpiece with this penis on it that ends up shooting confetti out over the entire audience. I mean, it's fucking gorgeous.
Truly more exciting than anything Peter Criss has ever done his entire career. Holy God, that sounds... I want to see that thing now.
It's amazing.
That's awesome. All right, well, good. Well, good for them. Hopefully that all goes well. And now, so who's coming to next week's show, Lily Von Stupp? Is there a Christmas type show?
Yes, next week is the Charlie Brown Burlesque Christmas show. The Charlie Brown XXX Christmas show.
Oh, I know that. I've been to that, actually.
Well, this is full-on Charlie Brown this round. We've got Charlie, we've got Franklin, we've got Lucy, we've got Peppermint Patty and Marcy. We have Snoopy versus the Red Baron.
Oh, all right.
We have, who else? There's more.
Well, I saw,
It's gonna be fantastic.
I think I saw a prop or two from that show, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we've got Snoopy versus the Red Baron, and Snoopy is actually going to be on the top of her house while the Red Baron is on the top of her plane, and the two of them are going to do table dance off as a war.
Nice.
So it's going to be fantastic.
And do we want to say what performers are going to be there?
Sure.
or-
Bo Toxic is the Red Baron, and Sheila Sarciani is Snoopy.
Ah. All right. Well, then that's two tiny ladies, so you
That
don't have to
is gonna
build any real
be-
strong tables.
It's going to be amazing. Yeah,
Good.
It's going to be really fun.
Well, look, if you just like to see tottering naked women on lucite heels at great height, come to this show.
Not many of them wear lucite heels.
Listen
you know
to
that,
me.
right?
They should.
Most of them wear dance shoes because it's easier to move.
Yeah, I don't think that's. I don't accept it. I say, well, because again, the Peanuts themselves wore lucite shoes. So if you want to be true to the actual cartoon, you should. So that's coming up next Monday. Tickets are available now at braunpapertickets.com. Go ahead and pick those up. Come and check them out. Meet Lily Von Stupp. Smack her on the ass. Get in free. All of that stuff applies, even though it's the holiday. So please.
By the way, thank you to crap. Oh, I feel terrible. I forgot their names. Two fans came in to see the show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Crap, I can't remember their names.
I don't know.
I feel terrible. I'm so sorry. I really am.
Well, we're glad you guys are going. That's nice. Thank you. And here's my favorite part. I always say, hey, if you guys are in town and you want to go to the show and you want to meet me, tell me and I'll come meet you at the show. I didn't hear a fucking word. Nobody contacted me at all. They're like, could not be less interested in meeting you. Just want to see the Tees and Lily. All right, well, good for you guys. I mean, I don't blame you, I suppose. You could have at least called me for a ride. That would have been acceptable. Although this is probably not the week to do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't need a ride, Mike.
No,
Okay.
we're good. All right, well, good. Well, I'm glad people came out. That's fantastic.
It's their driver. I don't care how fucking drunk you are.
Literally, when I ended with Li at Burlesque Row, when I hit stop, I took my earbuds out, and Lily goes, "If somebody hit me, I would have called the cops immediately if I hadn't killed them." And I was just like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
When she hit me on the shoulder and said, "Just drive," and I was like, I mean, yeah, whatever. I already covered
But
it.
I never would have gotten past the second cigarette drag. I'd have thrown it in park and gotten out and said, "Get the fuck out of my car."
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
Just get out.
That's
I'm
the thing
done.
is, I try to be. I'm too accommodating, and because I know I'm crazy. So I don't want to lose my temper right away. So I'll say things like, "Hey, look, you gotta stop this. You know what you're doing." And again, I'd add people do it all the time. They'll smoke right till you pull up next to them, and then they'll smoke and they open the door and they blow their last smoke basically into the car, and then they get in and their jacket stinks, and you're just like, dude, don't fucking do that. I picked up two women last night in Koreatown.
I'd just kill him.
Picked up two girls in Koreatown last night, and I don't know. They got in, and I think they were wearing clothing made of dried cuttlefish because they just absolutely smelled like both of them had blown the Gorton's fishermen. I mean, I'm like, what are you doing all day that you get in my car and you smell like a fucking bait shop? Get the fuck out. Seriously. I mean, I mean, that's what people are or do. You know what I mean? And the thing, the way people try to get over it, to save 9 cents. You know what I mean? I picked up a kid, and I had to take him to the farmer's market, and there was traffic. So literally, we're in the middle of traffic. He goes, "You know what, man? I don't want to pay for this." He goes, "I'm just going to get out here." I'm like, I'm a quarter mile from where he's supposed to be. And I used to get pissed that I go, all right, man, hop out in the middle of fucking traffic because you want to save $1. And then you just end the trip. You know what I mean? But I'm already in the turn lane. So I have to fucking sit there and wait while he just gets to fucking walk off into the distance, like, click his heels and elf it up. I'm like, man, motherfucker, get out. It's like when I took I'll tell you this. I took Puerto Rico to the fucking airport. Okay. He's off to the Puerto Rico Olympics. Good for him. And he had never used Uber before. And I hated him in the beginning because when I pulled up at his house, he made me wait, and I'm waiting, and his roommate comes out with his suitcase and he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "So we're going to the LAX?" And it was in the Valley. He goes, "Yeah." And we start talking, and I'm like, "Is this guy coming?" I go, "This is, we're kind of waiting here." And he had picked Pool. So, I mean, whatever. Pool is just a jerk off. It's for Uber. It fucks the driver. So you don't care about all Uber talk. I know. But he finally comes out, nice kid, puts his stuff in the trunk, and he gets in the car, and I go, "You picked Pool, right?" He goes, "I don't know. What does that mean?" I go, "It means I can pick other people up." He goes, "Well, what do you mean?" And I go, "Well, it's like you're on a bus right now." I said, "You're not, I'm not taking you right to the airport. I will." I go, "But if somebody else needs a ride, I go get them and I go get another guy." And it was 8:30. I go, "What time's your flight?" And he goes, 10:15. I go, "And you're flying where?" And he goes, "Puerto Rico." I go, "You're flying internationally and you're leaving at 8:30 and he goes, 10:30. I said, "For a 10:30 flight, you're leaving the Valley at 8:30. I go, "I'm just telling you now, if it pools, I will be picking people up the whole way. And he goes, well, I don't want to do that. And I go, no, you do not. I'm being honest with you. I said, so what you need to do is cancel me and then order me as an Uber X. And he did it. Like, he was just like, yeah, okay. He goes, I just don't want to pay $80. I go, no, it's going to be like $30, $40. He goes, oh, then that's totally fine. I said, good. And he was great. We drove and he talked about acting and how he had moved here with nobody. And it was really, he was just a nice kid. And I was like, good for him. You know what I mean? But then he's like, while we were in the car, he Googled me. And he looked up the show and he looked up my Facebook page and he did all these things. And he's just like, I'm going to listen on the plane. And he started downloading episodes in the phone. I'm just like, oh man, I can't wait for you to get to Puerto Rico and throw your phone into the ocean. How do I get the stink of this guy off of me? How? So good for him. So, but yeah, he was a nice kid. And like I said, he was great. And 90% of the people are fine. 95% of the people are fine. Doesn't matter.
I hate people.
As do I. So Lily Von Stupp puts on that show. You should check her out. Do you have any performances yourself coming up that you want to plug elsewhere?
I'm the little redheaded girl.
Oh, okay. That's at the Peanuts show, at the Xmas show.
I may be performing in the early show, in the Velvet Tom show, and then January 4th, Boobdini is back for that show, and then the 10-year anniversary is on the 11th.
January 4th, Boobdini is there with Vagic, folks. Come and check it out, please. But then January 11th is the big one. That's the birthday show.
10 years, 50-year-old birthday party.
Lily's 50th birthday and Lily's 10-year anniversary at the 3 clubs.
And you get a gift bag with something extremely special in it.
I'm not going to say what it is, but I understand it's going to be great. So,
topless.
All right. Well, good for you. I look forward to it. I hope performers get gift bags. That's all I'll say.
I do.
Good. So that's happening.
I look forward to Jill going, why do you have a picture of Lily's tits? I did a show. That's all.
That's it. It was a gift.
Everybody.
That's even better. It was free. It was a gift.
Free gift.
What?
Buy a ticket. See Lily's tits. That is a ride.
So those are available at that show, and then I'll perform. I'm doing. And now I wanted to ask you this: am I picking? Are you picking what you want me to talk about, or am I picking? I don't even know.
You're emceeing for an hour, so just do what you do.
I was. Yeah. You told me I was doing a storytelling spot. That just happened. All right, guess what? I just got a job.
Do you want to MC or not? Do you just want to tell a story?
Well, I thought that's what I was doing, but if you whatever you want, it's your birthday, so you tell me what we're doing.
Hang out.
All right, well, if you need me to
up a couple times. I'll let you tell a couple stories.
It's not happening.
Why not?
Because you'd like to keep an audience in there watching the show. You don't want people to flee in terror. Although I will tell you this, I will do a couple of stories, but only if we give away topless photos of me. How about that?
I'm in.
All right.
I'm in. Let me get Brian on the phone. Fuck a headshot. We need some titties.
I don't know. I'm a giant. I've just.
What if we do a bottomless photo?
Of me?
Yeah.
Number 31. Let's put that out there.
They're little peekers that you look through, so that your face wouldn't even have to be in there.
How big around? How big around?
They're about this big.
Okay, I'm fine. I got that beat. Well, that's good.
How do you compare to this candy bar?
Yeah, I got that beat. All right, that's good. So yeah, so.
Oh my God, cock photos of Schmitty.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
No, I go topless. See, because here's why. Because again, like I said, I'm spiraling out of control in all areas. Like I'm still eating chocolate and all this shit. And so I've made now January 1st the arbitrary deadline and stuff. But because I'm like it's all bad. Even when I did the barbecue joint, I would run to and from people's houses and bring them their food and stuff. Well, now I don't ever get out of the car for like 10, 12 hours. And I find myself out, so I'll stop for a sandwich, like a fast food thing or whatever. It's just, I'm doing shit that I told Shannon this week, I go, it's happening. She goes, you're reverting. And I go, I know.
Different job then.
I know I do. And she's like, you're doing the stuff that you were doing when you came in here. And I'm like, I know. That's why I'm talking about it. I need to get a fucking handle on this. And
you need to just get a different job.
Well, but at the same time, you still got to get a handle on it. I'm at home now and I'm still eating chocolate. So, I mean, it's not the job that's making me do it. I still got to do it. You throwing that in the trash too with all my stationery? Good for you. So yeah, so I wind
it's
up.
It's a new day. We're taking a photo of that.
All right, right in the trash. Well, eventually I won't find any with the right expiration points or expiration dates. So I'll be out of those. That'll be fine. What were we talking about before then? So I like I was telling my trainer John, because I lift weights. I don't know if I said this on the show already, but I had this thought, like, I'm still putting on weight, but I'm still lifting. So I'm like, I have muscles and I'm strong, but I'm also crazy fat. So like I have the bodies of like a 1960s strongman. Like those guys at the circus with a singlet on, you know what I mean? With the fucking curly mustache and a bald head. Like I was trying to explain myself to somebody the other day. I go, dude, I have muscles, but I'm also fat. I said, I'm like a safe wrapped in suet. And they were just like, it literally, because they're not used to people talking like that. So they're just like, okay, what is that? But I go, no, because literally, it's like underneath here, it's like I'm like you know, it was great when it all began. I was a muscle man, but now look at this. So that show is there. Go check out the Monday Night Teas. Go check out all those shows, and perhaps there's definitely a topless photo of Lily. Perhaps one of me. Who knows what we're giving away?
I think we're going bottom.
At the
I think
fifth-
we're going cock shot.
All right. Well, I've got. I may have one to choose from. Let's go ahead and I'll scroll through the phone, and if I find one acceptable,
Send it to me and I'll get it printed.
not gonna send it to you. I'll send it to Brian. He's the middleman. You can't
Send
do
it
that.
to Brian. He'll get him printed.
All right. Good.
Do you want it on metallic paper like mine was, so it pops?
Well, it's gonna pop no matter what.
Seriously, if I gave out peekers with just a cock in it, could you imagine? People will be like, "What the fuck?
Who the hell? How did this?
I'm in. Who is this?" And
But-
then it'll just be mystery cock.
Well, here's my
And I won't
favorite.
even put- Because like mine has my name on it, we'll
Yeah.
just put it out with no.
Just
it'll
mystery
be
cock, yeah.
You know, we'll only print 5, and we'll just 5 people randomly will get your cock.
Oh, I was going the other way because you have the one photo of you that you're going to put out there.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying we could do 5 cock photos, like all the because
No,
I
no.
literally have 100 you could choose from.
No,
like I'm
we'll
like, oh,
just-
these are
we'll
okay.
Just print 5 cocks, and 5 people will get mystery cock instead of my tits.
Boy, I like that idea. That's fun. That's
you
really
in?
it's actually fun.
Send it. Grab the photo right now and send it to
Oh
Brian.
well, again, I got to pick the best one. I told you my cock's got a good side, but I will be honest. I took one the other day that was I was.
Bad side.
We all have a bad side, Lily. No, but I took one the other day that was like, I was like, yeah, I actually like that. All
It's
right,
an action shot, I'm assuming.
huh?
Is it an action shot?
No, it's well,
Is it like that? The website. Oh, what is the website with the guy that his penis is always doing stuff?
Yeah, he's got little hands and
What the
stuff,
hell is the
eating
name
a
of
sandwich.
that?
I don't even know.
And he draws arms and legs.
Yeah.
It's fucking so
Nope.
stupid.
Yeah, no, my cock has no interest in building a birdhouse. He's just a cock.
Not even a birdhouse in your soul.
Oh. Timbuktu is Constantinople. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Maybe.
So, guys, go to the show, buy the tickets, go to Brown Paper Tickets, go to facebook.com/Monday Night Teas, and there's all sorts of cool stuff there. And when you go there, you'll look. I don't know if that's there, but there will be pictures of naked ladies, and you can go ahead and say, I like those pasties. I like those G-strings. You got your pasty in my G-string. You got your G-string in my pasty. It's all great.
We do that at all, but
You might.
We should.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
I'm totally dressing up a girl with a Reese's pasties
And a chocolate G-string?
G-string.
Oh my Christ! How are you? Look at the font of brilliance you have in front of you. I'm just creating brilliance from burlesque. I got Peachy Keen out there. I got a peanut butter top and a chocolate bottom. I got all this happening. By the way, peanut butter top and chocolate bottom will be my gay bar. That's I'm going to name that. Or you know what? It won't be the gay bar. It'll
We're
be
changing the name of the show.
it will be the dessert I serve at my gay bar. The peanut butter top and the chocolate bottom. You get your choice. As at a gay wedding, if I was doing it, like you know how people go, "Hey, do you want the meat or the fish?" At a gay wedding, it's like, "You want peanut butter top or you want the chocolate bottom? What do you want?" That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cater gay weddings and I'm going to name burlesque dancers. That's my new career.
I'm gonna start calling my black gay guy friend a chocolate bottom.
What's up, chocolate bottom? How you doing, peanut butter top? Because if Max is here, he'd do Snoop Dogg's voice. Sup, chocolate bottom? Sup, peanut butter top? Big baby?
Really? Elvis
Sup.
and him are the same?
Sup, Peachy Keen? No, my Elvis man is more like this.
Oh, it's not the same to me. I'm sorry.
No, man. I don't know who I can't do Snoop. I'm not Max. I can't do voices. Literally, he starts to do them, and then I try to play along.
Presley.
Huh?
You did Snoop Presley.
Snoop Presley, Elvis dog, Elvis doggy dog style.
Elvis doggy dog.
Yeah, Elvis doggy dog. Good Lord, shut up. I'm white. All right, so say man. Sup, big baby. Sup, big. Sup. Stupid. Why are you listening to any of this garbage?
It's funny.
No, not anymore. So it's going full circle. It was funny in the beginning, and then it just
But if it came full circle, then it's funny again.
It's now a 180. It did a
It's
180.
a 180.
Yeah.
I think you're wrong. I think it's still funny.
Well, let's have that talk. Why don't we do that on the air? Let's have that talk.
I have 4 things here that say you're funny. Time terrorist, you need to get some help. Peachy Keen and peanut butter top and chocolate bottom.
Well, honestly, I think peanut butter top and chocolate bottom. I'm going to call that 5 things. Those are separate thoughts, even though they were together. I
Is
go
it a
peanut butter.
colon or a semicolon or an ampersand?
Well, no, that's actually something. That would be an ampersand.
Okay.
Yeah, peanut butter top and a chocolate bottom. We're not joining them together in a cogent thought.
Working with the grammar Nazis on Facebook. Facebook. And honestly, if you grammar Nazi me on Facebook, that earns you a block. It
What?
does. I have no patience for it.
Well, then here's the thing. I root for people to be grammar Nazis to you then, because then some of our listeners can get in and be your friends. And then we'll see all the cool stuff you post.
They can still see it by following me. I'm public. If you just do
I'm
follow,
public.
I'm in
I'm
your
nationwide.
feed. I hide nothing on Facebook, unlike some people I know.
Oh, you got some performers who are doing some nastiness?
I had a dick on Facebook that once put a post up about me and hid it from me.
No.
Yeah. Total asshole.
What a stroke. What are you doing? Because here's the dumbest thing in the world. Do you think...
He had a pussy wimp. That's what he was doing.
Right, but do you think someone's not going to see it and tell you? Do you think... I mean, what the
I
fuck?
got 45 texts immediately going, is this about you? And I just laughed, and I'm like, who the fuck?
Yeah.
Any age in 2 digits.
I was literally just going to ask you, was he 9? Was he a 9-year-old boy?
I'm going to put this on Facebook and hide it from the person I'm talking about because I'm so brave.
Dude. I mean,
And
just...
again, I wish them well, whatever, but I laugh. People are so fucked up.
I don't get it. I don't...
And
And
like 2
also...
years later, they're still talking shit about me.
No.
I'm like, I haven't thought of you in 2 years. I think it's hysterical.
So you mean when he was 9, he had a problem with you? Now that he's 11, he still has a problem with you? I don't get it.
Understand people.
And his
That's
tie
just
is
me.
too tight. That's what I say. Well, all right. Well, here's the thing. If you want to be her friend on Facebook, don't hide your criticisms. She wants to see them out in the open. Why not?
If you got a problem, you tell me you got a problem with me. We can either work it out or not. Who cares? No, you know what I mean? I'm an adult.
You're an adult now? You're an adult
I'm
now.
an adult now.
Is it the
Oh,
Godfathers?
maybe that'll be the song I dance to for my birthday at
Whoa.
50. I'm an adult now.
Do that. That's a good
And
idea.
I'll do it in a diaper. I'm an
Oh,
adult
no.
now.
Diapers. No. Adults in diapers. Yuck. I don't like scat. I don't care for diapers. I don't like adult babies.
Oh my God, that would be really funny if I put an adult diaper in every gift bag.
Oh, terrible. All right, so I'm sorry. I just the phrase adult diaper literally is just the kryptonite for me. I can't. All right, I apologize. Because there's people out there like, shut up. All right, so why don't we get sidetracked on that? So go to the show and buy tickets. BrownPaperTickets.com. Look up Lily Von Stroop. Look up Monday Night Teas. Do that. Have fun. It's great. If you go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com, there's all sorts of stuff on there from 2011. Now, there's also some stuff from now. Go to the Joe Business page. There's cool stuff there. We got download sets. We got T-shirts. We got live shows. All sorts of neat stuff. We're revamping it soon. But I do want to tell you this. The important thing right now on that page, obviously, I want you to buy my CD to enjoy it. It's been a while, but if you don't have it, grab it. All the downloads. But more importantly, well, not more importantly, just as importantly, but, if you use the Amazon link, that's pretty cool because then you're buying stuff you need and helping us at the same time. So if you go to the Joe Business page, click on our Amazon link, and it takes you to it takes you to our store, which is all black and red and not full of stuff because I have not paid attention to it the way I should. But if you click through then to actual Amazon in the upper left-hand corner, if you look, and people have written me, they're like, how do I know I'm doing your shopping? When you get through our link and you get to the actual Amazon homepage, look at the address, and if at the end of it says Mike Schmidt Co., or I think it says 40-year-old boy Co., I don't even know. Now I'm going to do it on the air. What a dumbass. All right, so you'll see my name, basically. It has... I can't believe I'm doing this. I should be prepared for this, right? I tell people to use the link, and then I'm going to do this. And now, of course, the internet is super slow. So the point is, if you use the Amazon store, and especially because it is the holidays now, I know that a lot of you are using the Amazon store. So if you do that, here we go, me clicking through on 40-year-old-boy, Amazon.com. It'll say Mike Schmidt Co-20. You'll see it at the end, store, and then it'll say encoding, and at the end it says Mike Schmidt Co-20. That means you're shopping and helping out the 40-year-old boy podcast. So do that. That would be cool. It helps us. It makes things go easier for us. It makes us very happy, and it allows me to afford more stationery. That's very important. I have only 37 pads, because every time I go to a hotel, I take the stationery. That's what I do. Well, you threw them in the garbage, but
I threw them in the garbage with the chocolate, and I'm taking them out and putting them in the garbage outside when I leave.
That's not happening.
Yes.
No, it truly is not. I mean,
I may do it right now while you're on the air.
That would be bad because literally I will let the recording go.
You let somebody hit you and just say get out. But
Did
you're
I
gonna threaten me?
Did I let somebody hit me? I don't know if I did really. And I'm not threatening you. I'm promising you. Do not take my stationery, my chocolate. Don't you dare. Leave it, Lily. Or you can hug it, but don't walk it out of here. Lily, sit down. That's bad. Do you know how many hotels I had to stay in to steal all of that stationery? You're creeping toward the door. You've left your purse here. You do realize that with your phone, that would be very bad for you to leave those here. Oh, get back.
The stress level in your voice really did
Well,
concern me a little.
I have a stationary fetish. I mean, I just do. I won't lie. It's like the legal pads and all that kind of shit. For when I was a kid, like, this will sound silly probably, but that meant possibility. I will look at stationery, or I will look at a legal pad, and I go, this could be anything. Whatever I choose to write on it or make of it, it was kind of
Or
almost
nothing.
calming.
If there's nothing in it, it's nothing.
Well, no, because look, I have 4 pads here in action with stuff all over them. It's just I can't write on
And
all
you have
37 at
9
once.
legal pads that you bought and won't use.
Right, and look under here. I've got all sorts of stuff here, but I've also got
all away.
I've got a Batman notebook that's got jokes from forever. Here, I'll just read this: extras and paparazzi videos, people in background, Kristen Bell in ocean, fat guy in background, contrast buying a car with Scientology, story keeping you trapped. Like these are notes from a million years ago.
Okay, wait. Go back to the Scientology.
Oh, here's how old this is. Celebrity Holocaust. Carl Malden, Michael Jackson, Farrah Fawcett, Fred Travellina. That's how old this pad
Oh,
is.
I was very sad when Fred Travellina died.
Indeed. Let's see. Booing the English at the Fox and Hounds. I don't know what any of this means.
Then what? Why do you keep it?
Because I may be able to use it in the future. Who knows?
You don't even know what it means.
Dude, I have a bag of microcassettes from the 90s. From when I would, because I carried literally, I was Michael Keaton. I carried a microcassette recorder with me all the time, and I would just say bits into it. And when I would work the road, I can remember many nights in hotel rooms in Fargo and in Sioux Falls, sitting at a desk and listening to them and transcribing them by hand, of what the bits were, and then possibly using them later. But I still have those notebooks where I have all of these bits from the 90s
You
written
still
down.
Have the microcassettes?
Yes.
Oh, let's digitize those motherfuckers.
I want to, because again, I'm sure there's one good idea in there probably.
Just digitize one of those and put it up as a podcast one week. and see
Oh
what
my
people think.
Christ. You know what? That actually is not a bad idea. A window into a middle act from the fucking Midwest. That's what you want. Hey, who's this guy who bombed in Grand Rapids? He's
You know what?
fantastic.
That's your second podcast. A window into
A window into the mind of a middle act. There you go.
And
A window into the mind of a Midwest middle act.
Yes,
Or I could just call
we're
it
doing
a
that.
Midwest middle act. Just
Let's
that's
do
it.
it.
And we'll digitize old fucking bits and just throw
put
them
out
up.
10 minutes at a time. I'm
Look.
telling you, you're going to be rich.
See, aren't you glad you didn't walk out of here with the stationery and the chocolate? Look what we made happen out of that. You know what I'm calling this? Peachy Keen. What are you doing? Are you opening chocolate and biting it? Oh my Lord. So we
You
should.
eat chocolate once it's been broken? Oh, what is that?
Well, here's the reason I bought that.
What is that? Why?
Because it's a giant. All right, because it's more about mouthfeel than taste. You're going to make fun of me. All right, so look, I have to buy Hershey bars that are only, the last expiration date is April of 2016, because that's when they changed the recipe. So I have to literally, whenever it's a game now, whenever I'm out at a Ralph's in Pacoima or wherever the fuck, I go in to see if they have the right expiration date, because they've moved way past it. It's already into like January 2017. So I need stuff from April 2016. So if I see it, I'll buy it. So I buy Hershey bars, the extra large ones, but I like the giant bars because they're thicker. And it was about, like I said, it's literally about mouthfeel more than taste. So I was at this store and they had extra large chocolate bars and they were $4.16, but then they had giant special dark bars. And I looked and they happened to be $4.16. And I said, you know what? I'm going to buy one of those just because I like the size of the chunk. I don't particularly care for the taste of the special dark.
my
That's how
God.
far gone I am. So you asked, I'm answering. There you go. That's what happened. That's why I have a special dark bar.
Would you do me a favor? When do you
Yes.
see when do you see Shannon again?
I see her in 2 weeks.
Okay. Take both of these in and discuss this. Just this.
No, I'm going to text her and have her listen to this, and then maybe she'll come around, possibly. Well, look, I recognize how fastidious it is. Again, it's like when I used to go find the fruit, and I used to separate it by colors. You know what I mean? And I did that on purpose, and I'd throw the oranges away. I was trying to explain this to John, and he's just looking at me like I'm crazy, my trainer. But I made it a game. And also, then at the end of the game, I got candy. Whee!
Why
Because
don't
I'm
you
a
make
child.
a game out of being successful?
Yeah, well,
Hey,
that's...
we're gonna write 25 jokes and we're gonna throw the bad ones out and we're gonna submit the 20 good ones to.
I only like the red and white and blue jokes. I don't care for the orange jokes. And I'll take a special dark joke as long as it's on a bigger size. So that's that. There you go. That's our life right here. So go to Joe Business and buy stuff and keep me in candy money. Why not? But use the Amazon link. That's important. And I will tell you this. This really happened. I've been on Amazon the last couple of days and I looked for Hershey giant bars, but I had to make sure that the expiration date was a certain time. And I wanted to ask them, like I was going to write them a question. What's the expiration date on these? So now when I go to Facebook, because Amazon and Facebook talk to one another, in my feed, it'll just bring up pictures of giant chocolate bars and goes, hey, are you still interested in these? I'm like, you assholes. Like, I'm glad I didn't look at cock on Amazon because literally it would just come up in my feed all the goddamn time. Hey, you still want to bring some cock home? Are you interested in, you know what? I understand you like the special dark cock if it's a larger size. All right. So go to Joe Business, use our Amazon link and all that kind of fun stuff, and that'd be fantastic. We would love it very much. And now I got to let Lily go, man. She's got to go do her Christmas planning, and she's going to see family, and she's going to see friends, and she's got all sorts of stuff going on. And I got to check in for a flight in a couple hours, and I got to go and be on a plane tomorrow. And our friend Erica's going to drive me to the airport, and it's going to be awesome. And I can't wait because I've been driving people to the airport, and that is a zoo there. I don't know if you heard. I was there Saturday. There was a fight. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Some maniac got out of a car and started fucking yelling about Christmas. Oh man, it was so strange. So I don't know. I'm sure if that's what you're gonna do. So but you were excited for your Christmas plans. You're going out with family and friends and all that?
I'm not excited about Christmas at all.
That's not the end of the Christmas show we want to hear. We want you to go, yes, of course, holly and mistletoe and joy and Noel, right?
I don't care about Christmas. It's not my thing.
I'm going to go.
I enjoy spending time with friends, and the holidays is usually a time that you get to do that. So that I like.
Well, I'm going to go home, and I'm going to be with Jill, and I can't wait. You know, we were talking about, I don't know if we're cooking. We were going to cook, and I don't know if that might have been put on the wayside. I have no idea. But the important thing is, like, I had her tape. She's never seen It's a Wonderful Life. I think I mentioned that here on the podcast. And we were supposed to watch it last year. And so she taped it last year, and then it sat there until March. And then finally I went, we're erasing this because you got to watch it at Christmas time. So then this year I had her tape it. I'm like, tape it again. So she taped it this December. And I'm like, when I come home, we'll watch it. She goes, honey, I love you. I really want to watch that. I go, great. I go, and maybe, like if we can watch Rudolph or something. And she's like, which one is that? And I go, well, there's Charlie Brown Christmas. And then I go, why don't you tape Charlie Brown Christmas? We can watch that. She goes, I've never seen it. Oh, well, what? She's never seen Charlie Brown Christmas. And I think she saw Rudolph, but I go, well, what about Santa Claus is Coming to Town? She goes, no. And I go, what about A Year Without a Santa Claus? No. The Grinch? No. She's never seen them. Never seen any of them.
34th?
Huh?
Miracle on 34th Street?
I don't give a fuck about that. The Grinch is, I mean, because it's so funny. Like we were in the hotel on A Christmas Carol. I was like, you ever seen A Christmas Carol? And she hadn't seen it. And then it came on in the hotel. I go, do you want to maybe watch this now? She goes, no, that's okay. Like she has no interest.
So Christmas past holds no.
I had her tape all of them, Year Without a Santa Claus, and all of them. I go, you don't know who Burgermeister Meisterburger is? And she's like, no. And I'm like, I can't even imagine what it is like for her to listen to me. Like, she didn't even know who Yoda was. Like I said, I'll talk about stuff, and she doesn't have any touchstone to the cultural stuff that I know, but I guess she still enjoyed my cadence. I have no idea what she liked about the show, because that's all I do is yammer about nonsense. But she literally has not seen any of these Christmas shows, so I'm like, well, we'll watch them together. But here's the deal. If she's never seen them, she's not going to be 8-year-old Jill watching them with me and holding my hand. She's going to be 47-year-old Jill going, why the fuck are these people doing this? You know what I mean? Like you look at it with a jaundiced eye, and you look at it from being an adult. Like I bring all the whimsy and the wee of the Grinch and all that other bullshit. Remember when I was a kid and sitting around and waiting for Christmas the next day and all that? And she never watched them, so she's not going to have that touchstone. It's the same thing with the Tarantino stuff. We're going to see Hateful Eight. We're going on Christmas Eve at 10 o'clock at night. And I love the idea of going out for Chinese food and then going to see Hateful Eight and then walking out hand in hand into Christmas together. It's going to be so fucking beautiful. I can't wait. However, I'm a little worried because she doesn't know anything about Tarantino. She's never seen him. She doesn't know him. Now, she heard him on Howard Stern, and she said, you know what? I really liked that guy. I really want to see that movie. And I'm like, dude, I am so excited because I see all of his movies opening night. I'm glad you're on board. But the thing is, I wanted to show her Dogs and all of them from the beginning, but if she doesn't like them, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I don't know if she's just going to look at me like, you like this? Like, this is what you, and like, this is your favorite movie of all time? And I'm like, yeah. When that guy got the thing in the ear? I mean, yeah, that's pretty cool. And she's just going to be like, I don't know you at all, dude. So, and I don't know if that's going to happen or what's going to, so the same thing with fucking Year Without a Santa Claus. When Santa Claus cuts off the penguin's ear, she's going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe that you're totally into this. When Burgermeister Meisterburger shoots dead Mr. Blonde, you know what she's going to do? She's going to put one foot in front of the other, and soon she'll be walking across the floor, and she'll be walking out the goddamn door because she can't fucking be on board with that. She's going to go, who's this Grinch? I don't understand. You know what? When the Grinch ass-raped the Who's in the basement of the pawn shop, that was a little grim. Like, I don't know if I'm on board with that, honey. I love you, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to go with that. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, I have no idea. Hey, you know what? That time when Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the elf walked into that house and Santa and all the elves were hiding underneath the floorboards. And then Yukon Cornelius and the Abominable Bumble chased them out and shot them all? I gotta tell you, I don't think this is for me, Mike. I love you, but no. She's totally gonna fucking hate it.
You know, Mex always says people skip the closing music. I say people love your closing music, so let's prove it to them. If you've listened this far, write me at heymexilistened@gmail.com and we'll send you a 40-year-old boy hearing commemorative Facebook profile picture that you better fucking put up, you dick. Sorry about the dick thing. Thing. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
I don't want you to miss any of that brilliance.